setting လိုက်ကြအောင်လားဗျာနော်ပရိသတ်ကြီးကျွန်တော်တို့ setting မယ်ဆို
Against
တဲ့စကား
all
လုံး
of
လေး
these
ရ
three heroes from Nigma Galaxy, you
I love
really
Weaver.
don't care. Like, you can easily run away. Sure, you have Thunderbolt, you're super fast, but so is Weaver.
Radiant team pick.
There's that Luna.
There's the Luna.
Weaver just seems underplayed, or like maybe there's something with the one-to-one matchups, because this hero looks very appealing in a lot of games,
Yes.
but I don't really see it picked up by carries. But yeah, so it's Luna plus like a 4, so it should be like Tofu's hero. It should be a range where you need to help your Doom like out of this lane.
Remaining.
Wouldn't mind Grimstroke versus Pango.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, there's like Grims. They've played some Mirana at the BB Dacha, which
Yeah.
has looked like okay.
Willow would get the Doom through the first few waves, which is always
Willow
really nice.
is, yeah, I think Willow would
Willow's
be the
fine,
best pick.
Snapfire is also fine. You have a little bit of a save against Pango. You can go over the shards with Tusk. You can also be paired up with Clockwork, so that gives you kill threat with both of the supports going around the map.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good options.
I think Willow makes the most sense. That was a good call. It's also annoying for Tusk, like if he wants to ever play on Snowball safe, he gets rooted. 1+1 kill threat with Clock.
Yeah.
Pretty chill.
I think in that slot, you probably just ask Tofu, like, hey, dude, what do you want? What do you feel like playing?
Yeah.
And he just says the Willow, because he's a position 4 player. They always want to play Willow.
10 seconds remaining.
How about a Miracle Morphling?
Yeah, I was thinking Morphling. It's the
5
one-to-one
seconds remaining.
hypothetical counter to Luna. The only problem is, like, I like the Doom pick coming out of the face for Gaming because it blocks the Morph and it blocks the Alk. Both of these heroes need to heal. Doom prevents you from healing.
Dire team down.
They'll still go for it, though.
I mean,
this is a really good draft from Gaming, though.
Yeah.
This does not feel that good to be.
Yeah, some of these picks are annoying for Nigma for sure. It is one of Miracle's best heroes. He should have a good lane with the Tusk 5, but yeah, you're gonna need to be on top of your game with, like, you know,
10
the correct
seconds
Manta styles,
remaining.
having a Linkins, or not getting doomed, because yeah, if you get doomed, fight is very likely to be
5
done.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more picks coming in, 1 each. What kind of boxes do they need to tick for the side of Nigma Galaxy and for the side of Gaming Gladiators? I would imagine we're looking for that mid matchup that we talked about.
Some Storm is still an option, I would say, for Nigma Galaxy. So Storm,
Oh,
Puck,
sorry,
these are going to be
brother.
heavily
Let's go.
contested.
Sorry,
There are
brother.
still 4
Yeah.
bans. I wouldn't mind seeing Nigma just pick up Storm Spirit for themselves.
My
They do
dear
have
boy.
20
ကဲ Nigma လေးပေါ့နော် Nigma လေးရဲ့ပွဲလေးကိုဒါကျွန်တော်တို့လေးလာမယ်သုံး
Nigma
သက်မယ်
bans
ဆို
out.
လို့ရှိရင်တော့ဖြစ်
Huskar, I
လေးလာမယ်သုံးသက်မယ်ဆို
imagine
ရင်
that
တော့
probably
ဖြစ်
means
လေး
they're
လာမယ်
gonna try
သုံး
to
သက်မယ်ဆိုရင်တော့
snag
ဖြစ်
the puck first before Gaming
လေးလာမယ်
can get
သုံး
it.
သက်မယ်ဆိုရင်တော့ဖြစ်
There is-
လေးလာမယ်သုံးသက်
I
မယ်
kind
ဆို
of
ရင်
like
တော့ဖြ
these
စ်
bans. So Clock, I think Clock first of all makes sense against Nigma because they love this Primal Beast. But this hero is so bad against Zoo in the offlane. They just like insta hit your cogs. You never pressure them. And I guess if you're a game and you're also afraid that they're banning for this Pango to go mid.
Yeah.
Because there's no Huskar, there's no Monkey.
Which I would imagine is possible. I just assumed it was going to be Noob since he's so
10
comfortable on
seconds
that as far as
remaining.
offlaners go. He's one of his
Noob,
most comfortable
noob.
ones.
It's like guess they're just gonna
See,
now
you
end up
say
picking a new
man,
mid for
she aged it, she
Sumail,
aged it.
but I don't know which one
She's
it is.
doing your
You guys
J1
mentioned
ကို
the
လုတ်ပါ
Puck.
အောင်တကယ်ချင်းတို့လုတ်ပါအောင် Me
I
and
think
my
it's
day
fine. Storm could come out as well.
either
Me
ban.
and
I
my
mean, Primal Beast was still
Debo.
and still is in the pool, but you're going to be playing against Clockwork, Dark Willow. These
Yeah,
are
it's
your
not
like
great.
hardest counters, so
Yeah.
that's a no-no.
Ember Spirits is also still available, but then again, all the spirits are still in.
I feel
Go
like both
different
teams are lacking that like instant catch hard lockdown, which really to me screams Puck. Gaiman is banning for the game, banning offlaners, and assuming that it's a Pango mid. I still think that Nigma is. I mean, they banned the Huskar, so to me that means they want, that they want the Puck.
Yeah.
So the option for Gaiman now is
Radiant
you're
team
thinking
pick.
like Tiny, Dragon Knight. They have absolute last pick. Both of these heroes also offer that instant disable, and they counter Puck in lane.
What about Ember? Just overall
What
for
about
the game.
Ember?
For
Fuck.
Gaiman,
10
because
seconds remaining.
root mechanic feels really nice against Pango, against this Ember
5
Spirit, sorry,
seconds
against this
remaining.
Morphling, against Tusk as well.
I could see it. I don't.
I've seen so many Tinies during
Yeah.
Wallachia against Puck, and it looked terrible
Yeah.
every single game.
I feel like you need to be like you need to want to play Tiny. Like you're the dude that plays it in all the pubs. I like Ember, but people haven't played it as much, even though Quinn is like one of the best Embers in the world.
Yeah, he is.
What happened to Ricky mid? Is Ricky like still something
Oh, we're going
people
back
do?
to grand finals
Oh,
on
that's-
PI.
That's a hype
It
suggestion.
is. I
actually.
like that one.
It's so good against literally all of the Nigma
No
heroes.
snowball save. Pango doesn't build into items that are gonna get him out of the cloud. I think you're cooking, Kezu.
I wonder if
like
because
that
it's
a lot.
a good silence game, you're not easy to be caught. I don't know if there's something else because obviously the meta changes and whatnot, but I mean, Ricky makes sense.
Earth Spirit. It is a
Choose
spirit.
your
The
hero.
Quinn Earth Spirit. Will not say I have seen him play this too often,
Spirit.
and I feel like Puck is actually not that bad against this hero because you don't really catch him. He can coil you, but he's I guess good for the, like if you want to play more tempo and like help your Doom, you
ဘယ်
can
ကဲ
collapse
မော့ဖလင်
collapse
ကြည့်ရ
the
အောင်နော်
silence and be pretty
မော့
happy.
ဖလင်ဘယ်လိုလာမလဲ
What are we thinking?
အဆင်ပြေမလားတကယ်ချင်း
I think this Earth Spirit, not the greatest hero against Puck, but it will give them some, because you want to play fast with Earth Spirit. You
Yeah.
want to gank the side lanes. You want to be very active early on. I think they learned their lesson yesterday when they were unable to help out Watson when he was being dode underneath the tower multiple times. So Earth Spirit, one of the best heroes in the game to rotate with. And I think the boys have this one, and I'm talking about gaming
10
gladiators.
seconds
boys.
remaining.
And if we are comparing Jenkins, the comfortable mid
5
versus the
seconds
uncomfortable mid,
remaining.
how do you see this in relation to the mid
Oh boy,
matchup
I forgot about
dynamic
that.
you
I forgot about
mentioned
that.
earlier?
I mean, given what I said earlier, I think Quinn should lose mid here.
Because it's a little bit less
This is
comfortable.
not really a comfortable hero for him, but I will say that probably he's been spamming this in pubs,
Yeah.
seeing these other mid laners play a lot of Earth Spirit, and I am confident in Quinn's ability in like to just grind out like 10 or 15 games and get really good at a hero very quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time he's had to do that though since the last event.
Not that
It's
much.
been a day.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I do not. I have high hopes for the Nigma draft here.
Gaimin have stepped it up, but I'm going with my boy Miracle Morph.
Miracle
Bad
Morph.
chest. This is a 1-0.
I'm going with
For
my
Nigma.
boy
Okay, so
my boy
is there any specific timing you're looking for Nigma to like, well, if they're ahead at this time, you know, they're golden?
I think if they're up at like 17 minutes, like Miracle has like a good game and his other people too, they're like not feeding. He gets to like his Manta and you see like, you know, he's crawling up to his Lincolns without feeding. Boom, free game.
Well, that sounds very, very convincing. I think there's a lot of Nigma fans in the chat incredibly happy to hear Kazu speak so highly of their draft. We're going to see how it's going to play itself out. We're going to head over to ODPixel and Fog, but first, some PogChamp Pandas.
Prepare for battle.
كلها فن كلها فن واو
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time to jump into the action here between Nigma Galaxy and Gaming Gladiators. I'm ODPixel, joined by Fog,
Gaming
and we're ready to watch this one go down. Some
Gladiators.
interesting things to see, of course, as discussed by the panel. Is Earth Spirit coming out? We see it from everyone else, from Quinn. We've not seen it in pro play from
30
Quinn
seconds to
since
battle.
2020, Fog. That's 4 years ago.
versus Clinton Loomis.
Versus, and the likes of Eternal M.
Yeah.
The-
Oh, man.
and that was the one game he's ever played in pro, at least
And
in
he
my
lost.
research is to be trusted, and indeed he lost.
Yeah.
But he did very well in that game.
He did.
When 12-9-20,
Oh,
back in the day, he was
yeah.
getting what, the Radiance first and the Spirit. Probably not going to see that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see.
I
In
bet-
4
I mean-
years, let's see Quinn bring it back.
It's going to be hard to not talk about that so much in this game just because it is a fact. It's straight up. He only has, what, 38 or 40 games played under
31
his
games.
belt?
31 games on his main, or hopefully his own.
His
He's
only
a good
account.
boy. His only account.
Sure.
But 54% win rate. So he's doing well.
pretty good.
He's doing well in the pubs.
But that's in pubs. So in pro game, it can change drastically, also depending on how the lane goes. I will have to say, this is going to be a big talking point. And yeah, he is versus Sumail. I don't even want to look away from mid, probably, at least in the... I'll look at the other lanes a little bit here, but I think for the viewers and everybody, you know, this is the matchup that people want to see. But overall, I would say gaming, they, at least for me, looking at their drafts from the draft they have today compared to yesterday, the draft looks infinitely better already than both drafts that they had yesterday, at least for me. This looks like a very active lineup that can play very fast. Even if they start falling behind, they have ways to build a fight with team fight. Yesterday, they had like no team fight. They had like, it was pretty much like Luna, it felt like was their big team fight kind of style, and that's just not how the hero plays. So yeah, this one just looks way more comfortable for them, so should be a...
ขนาดนั้นจุดเราหายไปใส่กูนี่
should be an exciting one.
Let's find out. Let's see how these two are ready to match up against each other. Both had pretty exciting first days for different reasons, right? Enigma Galaxy, they turned up, and sure, whilst they lost one of the games in their series, it was up against Boom, and it was an impressive
Well,
showing.
I
Right? Even in
wow,
the loss, they
yeah.
had a great lead, and then the win, they won.
Wow.
And on the other side of things, Gaming Gladiators, they turned up yesterday and very much underperformed. I think a lot of us were expecting a much closer series from them against Liquid. They got stopped twice.
Yeah, they definitely did. Win so far is doing excellent, at least in the lane. So we'll see how it works. But we'll have to see the spellcasting and everything as we get there later. But yeah, Enigma was surprising yesterday. Yeah. They were really bringing it to DBT and just making them look a lot weaker than I think people expected, because everybody's looking at Boom now with having Pure just being like these powerhouses. But yeah, I think they did well. So now just missed quite a few CS right there.
Well, he managed to get the two so far. Cleans up with this wave. And one more. Under tower. Pressure's on. He's got this one though.
I'm watching these other lanes, so don't worry. Nothing too exciting is going on right now on the other ones. It's just concentrates. People just trading the spells.
You're right, they're definitely suffering in the mid.
Yeah,
this is kind of like multiple waves ahead. Quinn's managed to get on the first few against Sumail's puck.
It has been most of the times we see versus the pucks, like these melee heroes do very well, but a lot of times we don't see Earthspirit win his lane. Most of the situations, Earthspirit's losing his lane, and then he comes back, so
Quinn.
a very good start to this one.
Indeed, it's your first performance in pro on the Earthspirit in the last 4 years.
Top, there's going to be aggro. Ace, there is tag team level 2.
That should do it. Wait for Miracle. Looking for the body blocks to be able to set up to finish off first blood.
Good aggressive move. And it should point out, that's the other thing I was going to say, is the tag team is grabbed from GH, just wants to... But I don't know if this is actually true or not, but this is what I felt like it is. It's just for the laning phase. It feels a bit stronger. You can actually get a bit more aggressive than Drinking Buddies. Drinking Buddies mid-game is infinitely stronger than tag team, of course, but in lane,
that's true.
You can get a bit more aggressive. The constant slow and being able to go for those type of kills.
And I think with this lineup as well, there's less requirement for the Drinking Buddies save potential, because you look at the three cores, right? They've all got ways to get themselves out of things. They're incredibly mobile. So I think definitely when you have sort of cores that do rely on being shoved around for saved, then the Drinking Buddies is going to
just short this lane is absolutely devastating too, because it is a strong lane. This Doom plus this will apply tons of pressure.
won't be able to dive for that, so GH is fine. Bottom lane, Celery. It's going to get shut down as Noob chase him out. Kill to be found here by Enigma Galaxy during the laning phase.
That's an impressive one. So we didn't get to talk too much about that bottom lane, but Noob has been very impressive. These two in particular, Noob and Omar, have been two to watch for me for a couple years. They've been really entertaining, even on their previous team, of course, with Quest when they played together. And Noob is seeming to fit better and better into that offlane very quickly. He's playing his mid heroes in the offlane. You know, he's going to play like these primals and Pango in particular. Yep. But yeah, they're doing very well. And this is a lane that can be a bit difficult at times for Pango with Clockwork being there. There's Luna bonus damage. Oh, those are some beautiful cogs.
Very good cogs there for Celery. Getting connection after connection there across the two of them. I think he's close to setting up for both. Okay, Swashbuckle's back up, so Noob will be safe. But Celery, as soon as he respawns back in the lane, able to set up a bit of revenge.
Yeah, because I would say overall for this bottom lane, this is a very strong lane from Gaming. Like, they should be free farming pretty much on Luna, but it's actually not the case for Watson right now. Pango actually has more CS. They do get the kill set up there, but impressive nonetheless there from the side of Enigma in this bottom lane. Top, both strong. Just a lot of battling happening up here.
Look to try and look for kill potential Enigma Galaxy. The snowball, way up the Shadow Realm hit.
Thank Bramble. It's just constant fighting up here. We look at Ace's build, right? 0-2-1. Poking Miracle down. So we'll miss the money creep for it. Painful. Doom is contesting. Very nice. Yeah, both offlaners are getting a decent amount. Tofu.
Try and go from the Shadow Realms back up. Give him a bit of safety. He's actually the first to fall. Look at the kill. As Tofu's able to get alive, and Enigma Galaxy losing GH there for their efforts.
Pretty big kill there for Tofu. Solo one. Luke still just doing super well down here, yeah. The constant pressure is coming out from Celery now. Level 2 battery assault is online. Yeah, 28-7. That is, I thought he was going to be doing much worse down here. Watson's only 21-2.
Not a whole lot GH can do beyond the shards.
Quinn's actually at 6, so he's got the magnetize at the ready. They could get turned on.
ကရူကီမပါတော့လေ bro ကရူကီအဲ့လိုမပြောပါနဲ့
Max
ကရူ
leveled the
ကီ
lane
မ
pretty
ပါတော့
easily,
လေ
though. You know, those first few waves were pretty brutal, but you can see the difference here. 33 to 4 against the 29 and 7. Sumail is pretty much caught up.
And he just got a bottle refill as well. Tofu's gonna set up for mid. Maybe fill the bottle also to build some test this rune. And let's see where it's gonna go. All the supports rotating. The usual 6-minute.
You got Celery. He's very, very low here, but he's gonna have to back up a Quinn. Rolls in, gets the connection onto Omar. And Tofu get the kill, and indeed closing off his escape.
He got the shield rune, so he's able to tank through pretty much everything there. The coil wasn't used from Sumail, but good moves there from Gaiman.
Nobody getting completely shut out this early game. Very, very close when you look at the matchup between the cores across the map.
I'm just surprised at how much Watson is actually missing CS. It's yeah, 29-8 is similar as the Morphling, but that's a lane where it's clockwork Luna. Like this lane is meant to almost beat anything. So pretty impressive that they've been able to slow down the Luna at least a little bit here in the start with the Pango Hoodwink. And stacks, they're starting to get formed. Omar is starting to prep those. Wisdom runes look like they should be exchanged 1-for-1. And top just continues to be that brawl lane.
Yeah, very difficult for them to try and make a move for Miracle right now.
Yeah,
Dyer's
how close to
middle
Doom on
tower's under
6.
attack.
Ace, he's getting close. Tofu is kind of giving him a good chunk of experience. They're very high level. Tofu getting that solo kill has put him very, very high up. He's level 5. Pretty good timing for that 6. Especially if he gets another kill up here, which could happen very soon since they're giving that solo XP to Ace. See how Enigma want to prep. It could be a dive for
Radiant structures are fortified.
Good for Miracle. When Mark with the roll forward, backup's coming in, Miracle's starting to shift up, Snowball protects him a little bit from the magnetize, wavefall forward, and the rotation for Sumail is there, helps out with the core of the silence on the two of them, gives the space for Miracle to back off. Be the support for support trade. When trying to keep things going on to Sumail, with the Doom at the ready, they'll actually be able to pick up the big kill on top of it. Ace gets the chance to lay that down onto Sumail and put an end to the puck.
I was worried about that collapse play there. They don't, unless the Pango like instant TPs to rotate to try to help, there's no way for them to get that type of trade, even with Sumail coming up there. Noob did get up there afterwards, but it was a bit too late to back up his teammates.
ကျွန်တော် team ဆော့တော့
The two of them snowball to find a little bit of
team
space.
ရှိတော့ပါဘူးเนาะဒီကောင်လည်းပြန်ဖြစ်နေပါ
Pushing back Quinn.
Nice play.
But the backup is coming in for both sides. Nuke turns up, same to be said for Tofu here on the Dark Willow. Be able to nuke through Omar, finish off the Hoodwink. He gets Celery out and then roll forward for Quinn. He's able to come in with the stun, give a little bit of space for Celery to escape Noob. He's going to back off. He's not going to continue to try and dive in for Celery, so Celery will live. Noob has to retreat.
Great moves here from Gaming to respond. Night and day difference from what we saw from them yesterday. They're playing like a team. 3 top cores, farming very well. Support's looking pretty decent. They've got a 2k lead already off of these first 8 minutes. And now the Luna farm is starting just to be great. And Watson's collapsing too, maybe.
He's trying to steal some of these stacks that have been made.
Yeah.
See how much you can stick around for this.
I do. It's gonna roll.
There's a lot of Enigma Galaxy here to try and punish this. He's going to get the comps down.
Not
He
out.
will die. The Quinn gets away. So space movement. I mean, Quinn's still thinking about having around. He's got the magnetize back up in 2 seconds.
How many?
Oh, he got them all. Dude, he got like 5 of them.
He got them all.
Okay. He does not, he'll die for that one. Whatever. He just pretty much died, but it may have
think he
deep
was
in the
all of them.
entirety of the stack.
The bonus damage from the kick. Oh, Watson.
Eclipse comes in.
Nice play.
Gaming Gladiators making moves happen. Sure, Quinn goes down, but they stole the stack, and you know Watson gets handed himself a very juicy kill. That Noob was having a great game. Watson takes him out. Well, so we'll see that kick again.
I think he got them all.
Was it
I
all
really
of
want to say he got almost all the big creeps at least. It ends up dying though, which kind of hurts quite a bit. Let's see.
Dude, that's at least
It's like
7.
6.
It's 6 or 7. That, yeah.
Wow. But yeah, he does die. So that actually makes it not worth it. Him sticking around for it. Makes it quite good there for the side of Enigma. Couldn't get that kill. Although they do still move afterwards and Watson was to the top.
တမီပြောလိုက်ပြီအဲ့တော့လည်းဟုတ်ပါဘူး bro ဟိုလေဒီတိုင်းတင်းရဒီတိုင်းပဲခဏတစ်ဖန်ပြန်နာပါနော်ခဏတစ်ဖန်ပြန်နာ
This is a pretty close early game here, though. These first 10 minutes, not like like you said, not like anybody's too far out of it here. Watson, though, is starting to full recover, and he gets that big kill on the Pango, so he's enabled up to that level 8.
Gonna see him over here, but assistance from Quinn. Dream Coil for Sumail out onto the two of them. Now finish your celery, Quinn. He's going to put the magnetize. He wants to try and fight on, but there's Miracle and Omar here as well. A roll forward, keep the magnetize going towards GH. He's going to try and get the Doom Raid down onto Sumail. He's going to hold back on it for now, because at the moment it looks like the magnetize alone may just be enough. As Sumail he's going to catch him in the combo, and that's what Ace was able to do for. Slaps it down as well. Very good plays here from Gaming Gladiators. It's great control as well with their use of abilities in these fights.
And they show up with numbers. Watson just turns up too, right? Like, this is very night and day difference than yesterday. Yesterday, Watson just like farming while these plays were happening. It was very quiet games from him. He's turning up, showing up that he can show up into these fights early. And Miracle tries to turn into Earth Spirit, try to get some spells off, but ends up just putting himself in a very dangerous position.
Top tower is under attack.
Feels like they're kind of reliant on Rolling Thunder in this early game, at least for the side of Nigma now at this point after these couple blunders happen.
Quinn has got the blade mail done, so even more of a nuisance entering into the front of the fight. He's been doing a good job of it. Really good aggressive plays from Quinn.
Incredible amount of damage to these Earth Spirits. Tend to do this no matter what, even if you are behind, but he's ahead. Really good connect. GH is 6.
Actually gonna live?
No way.
You dropped the sharpshooter for that. You didn't kill him, and Quinn rolls away.
There's like a tread swap fairy fire, I think, that actually puts him up enough HP to survive.
Did they not have any other spells to throw down?
I think they used it all. I didn't see if they, I think they even threw a blood grenade. I didn't catch right at the end of it there. Attempts for the kill, can't quite catch it. And he's back, and he has magnetized.
I mean, they take this tower. Absolutely, if they get some sort of catch from a Galaxy, they'll head away from the mid lane for now. They won't look to go there again, at least until their ults are back up.
Gaming can fight at a faster frequency than this side of Nigma, but Nigma is getting space to sit back and farm a little bit here. They haven't lost any towers. To be honest, looking at both lineups, they don't really hit towers the best till later on. Yes, Watson with the aura will start to, but I think we could see some of the slower tier 1s drop. I mean, it's 13 minutes, and the bottom one has dropped, but pretty rare to see one of the tier 1s, especially that top one, still up in 13 minutes. Smoke at the ready, Gaming. Ults online. Even Celery's now hit 6.
See what they're able to find up here.
Dyer's top
tower is hit, so Miracle should be aware.
I didn't even know we had that stat.
The opening. That's a beautiful setup for Quinn. They've got the hook trying to follow. TPs are coming in. If they've got enough damage to Dream Core comes out of the two of them. They'll turn, see if they can burst through Celery. The shard's not able to catch him. Celery, he lives. Will keep the magnetize going. Smile is able to jump out in time.
They bring numbers and they get nobody on the side of Nigma. They use Coil.
This could be the difference maker. They've now got the defuse done on New. They've got to look for some action around this. It's been a bit of time where they're just not finding the kills themselves, Nigma Galaxy.
No. And I mean, I saw him toying around with multiple different builds. I guess they're feeling like he needs to have better impact inside this early game with damage, because he had the vessel, he had the pipe. Now the fact that he went into the result, something interesting.
He's walking up into this. He'll immediately get first. We see Quinn ready to fight back. Rolls in, gets the connection into go away on a GH. GH falls. Rolling Thunder's there for Noob. Can't quite get down to the river. It's a little awkward. He has to Rolling Thunder away from this fight, as their own towers now going to start getting heavily pressured by Watson. They're going to lose the tier 1 mid.
Gaming starting to kick up the pace. Yeah, you lose your clockwork, but they are ready to fight if Nigma wants to try to jump in. They can't. A noob has to just immediately roll away after one single connection. That is concerning.
5k lead for Gaming Gladiators.
That is an interesting pickup here. I was checking what Tofu was going for. Since they're playing versus triple mobility cores, he's going Orchid as support.
I mean, I honestly, in a patch and an age where we're getting like these fours like rushing Atos.
Yeah, it's the same.
You know why not in some games rush an Orchid?
Yeah, we used to see even like dating super far back, as we see Omar very likely to go down. We used to see like clockworks and stuff. Remember the Ice 3-position clockwork that would do Orchid? It's a build that can definitely work when you're playing with triple mobility.
Yeah, and they know they're ahead. If he gets online in good time, this Orchid's going to be pretty brutal. He's got pretty deep for this one, Tofu. Tries to make a fair play underneath the tier 2 tower. He won't get away with it.
Force reactions though. Again, 3 heroes making their way top. Gaming just getting much more out of the map. Ace is able to just double eat creeps. He's getting insanely farmed with this facet. He's got BKB drum phase already.
That's
matching
crazy.
the farm pace of Watson.
And yeah, meanwhile, he looks for the carry matchups. Miracle, he's struggling to keep up with Watson.
Yep. He's only level 11 too, so struggling on farm, struggling on levels. Yes, he's going Lincolns, but that's going to be like the fighting item, right? Rather than the boosting to farm so much more for the Morphling, so. So it'll be interesting to see how those next few fights kick off after he gets the Lincolns in particular, the Morph, and how much he wants to get involved. And how much he can actually do with the Morph in particular this game, because he does have some good targets to turn into.
Better get the connection in on a GH. They may just have to leave GH behind it. Enigma Galaxy.
Nice shard.
Oh, very nice. Quite a save.
All
the space in the world for this Luna.
Straight နဲ့ကိုကန်ကိုပြောရလားမဟုတ်ပါဘူးအဲ့လိုတော့မဟုတ်ပါဘူးကိုကန်သဘောကောင်းပါတယ်ဆရာကြီးလို့လုပ်တယ်လို့မဟုတ်ပါဘူးသူကလည်းပုံတယ်အဲ့လိုသူပုံတယ်လို့အဲ့လိုဟိုလို playing ဆရာကြီးလိုက်လုပ်တဲ့ပဲအဲ့လိုနည်းနည်းဟိုလိုမျိုးပဲတော့မဟုတ်ပါဘူးခင်ဗျာကောင်းတယ်သူကလည်း PC ပါတည်ရလေကိုကန်
How's the dream call at the ready? They want to try and play around that tier 2 top.
အဲ့ string ဟိုဟာလေ
scouting them.
အဲ့လိုက်နေတာ
They're going to try and burst through Tobu and won't finish him off. The Doom gets dropped down onto Noob, so he'll have to back away.
He can disengage. They might be able to re-go here on the side of Nigma.
A rocket flare connection.
Yeah, magic. Yeah, now the beat. Now the beat. It's just the. Hey, we're out. Let me give you.
He wants to connect back in with the magnetizer to kill it all. Just in time, but Omar is there can be more to be found. Across the two. Chase down Ace as well. Spirit rolls forward. Strike back.
What a fight from them. They got the roll off. What was he, 10% HP? Something like that? Even just getting the connection, and they get on top of Watson. I think Miracle turns into the Earth Spirit, rolls on him, gets just completely onto him. A huge fight.
Yeah, they needed that big time.
They did.
2-minute power in.
They're not killing
Up on the top, Tofu will grab that.
It was just a great disengage. The Doom initially came out a little awkward. They were able to reset the positioning there and able to get that reinitiation. And then the isolated targets. That's the nice thing too about tag team. They had 3 heroes beating on that one target with tag team. Looked pretty nice in that fight too. Down to 2K. Luna now back in Morphling now back in an absolutely perfect spot.
This is the thing a little bit, right? If they do start to lose the momentum,
that Morphling is gonna also take over, but also Tofu.
Yeah, Tofu going for this Orchid Rush. The impact is lost a lot, right? If you kind of hit the timing where the Puck's got his Yules, the Morph's got his Manta, how much is the Orchid actually going to do for the team?
I'm going to
kill him, but if he gets out of the crowd, the fire pop or such, he's still pretty tanky.
I think they'll find you.
Oh, there, Malay B.
I think that's pretty much the Orchid done.
Okay.
Malay
see if I can play around this.
Yep. Do you have the Yules finished? I think he does, right?
Very close.
Very close to having it.
Yeah, it's coming out, yeah. So he's got that.
I mean, they should have seen the build. They should have clicked Tofu and they see this, you know.
Yeah.
They see the Cornucopia, so they'd expect this build to be coming out anyway. So yeah, those Mantas, these Yules, they're going to be pretty much done. Let's see if Noob adapts to it as well, too, if he feels like he needs to go like a Blinker, anything like that, or if he just goes for the pipe. Takes up. He's got the pipe, beautiful. Yes.
Pipe's very good here.
Gaming still with the lead, but Nigma showing if they can take fights, there's going to be a couple of these spells that get missed or not connected perfectly, in particular Doom. If Miracle's not doomed, he can do quite a lot in these fights.
Yeah, and he's catching up big time, right?
Sure.
You look at the net worth. One more fight like that, he'll be taking over the top spot, Miracle.
They're smoked up. They're looking for that next fight. Feeling good with that timing, and it's around half damage. They're going to set the trap, or they're just going to take it. They're just going to grab it. They can look for a fight with that. Potentially around the bottom side, they could even look for a fight into a Roche very quick. Either side in particular, of course, but looks like Nigma perhaps getting the wards in a earlier position. Omar is sneaking down there with that smoke.
Well, let's see if Tofu can make some cool play happen with this.
Let's see.
It's
Let's see if it pays off. Because it can be a bit of a risk sometimes where you don't get any... Goodness gracious. That was too close for comfort. Yeah, sometimes having this like, Orchid on a 4 position, or these Atos, it can be very great, or you're like, oh man, I wish my support had a 4 staff or a Glimmer or something to save.
I mean, it's definitely it's one of those item builds that's
I
like,
whipped
that's
that
what I
with
mean with the
the
bell
zero.
curve. Yeah, it's like, it's what the terrible players are doing, but then it's what like the toppest of the top are doing in the right situations. Yeah, because how much I was like, hey, I
Okay,
there's so many times where it looks amazing or it looks completely worthless.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see what it is.
Let's see what he's got here. Here's the reveal.
No
The smoke
me
up.
And this is still into the amp damage of Sumail.
Enigma Galaxy are for this.
Very close to a pipeline nuke too. This would be a pretty good time if Eamon's able to get the setup there.
I mean, and that's the delivery actually of the Mantas coming out. So it is this Orchid Rush into the Manta Morph online and the Yules buff online. So it's got to look for players, as you say, outside of that.
You go for the Pango. You just look for the Pango. Yeah, yep. That's what you have kind of.
But isn't the Pango getting doomed anyway? You're not just dooming the Pango. Who's Ace looking for?
I mean, if he can ever get the Morph, it would be the dream, obviously, but...
We got a nice little Roche here. And Gladiators.
And Ace is doing the same build that we saw in Mar. Popularizing like doing the majority of the times. He's on the right clip. You go Alpha Wolf for the aura, play around your innate, and you just beat heroes down. It's fun. It's definitely a fun one. Amara even pushed the limit of it even more so the other day when he went Scotty on top of Ring 2, which is kind of clowny, but it ended up working. So.
See how much they can push for around the stage. Just gaming Gladiators, and there's still a bit of a lead that they have. 5k advantage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The biggest real scare for me for the side of Nigma is even though they do have this Morph Luna matchup that later and later it goes, it gets better and better for the Morph. It is a pretty 4 protect 1 lineup versus a Doom. So you have to ensure that Miracle's not getting taken out in those fights and not getting doomed as the game progresses. But we'll see if Ace also switches up to get a neutral to be able to break that. Even though the Alpha Wolf gives a lot of merit, then you don't have a way to break that link into yourself. Like you usually just see like the Satyr Purge, and they usually have something like that to do. We'll see if there's an adaptation from Ace or not.
They're going to come smoking straight into this gaming Gladiators after Ace gets heavily poked by Nigma Galaxy.
This is clever.
Nigma Galaxy still have their ultimates. Quinn rolling in looking for the information. Not getting caught by the silence. Pop on the illusion rune to deal with that.
They have double BKBs, so Gaming really trying to force it. They can kind of counteract the majority of Nigma's initiation if they don't see those BKBs, especially on the 2 main cores. Yeah, triple BKB cores versus 0 BKBs. Of course, the Dooms is on cooldown.
They're looking for a long
looking for Ace.
Look at this wrap
Ace
round
is the ideal.
They know he's not got a BKB at the ready. The cogs are down. Will cause issues for Doom trying to close onto the Doom. Have to turn their attention over towards Celery first. Watch Pokemon hooks on the way. Celery still like finally falls. Jumping for Sebastian with the 3-man silence. And the Dream Coil. No snowball across, but it's going to lose the mail. A punch up, take it. They found the majority of the kills. But now the trades continues. Watson lays down a lucent beam straight onto the head of Noob.
He's got to get out.
He's safe under the tier 2 tower, so ends up at 3 for 3.
Honestly, not the worst there for the side of Nigma versus these BKBs. I was surprised how quick that they brought down some of the targets. Ace walked up and just got burst by the Morph. Don't think he expected that damage to come in from Miracle. Cool angle from Watson. Watson's playing very aggressive today.
Yeah, and he's surviving through it all. And he's getting a lot of benefit from these fights on the Luna.
Like, look at his angle where he came from. He initiated on the Morphling almost as a Luna, which is pretty cool. Sumail got a beautiful connection to, but I believe he did hit the Blade Mail with all his spells, so he nearly died as soon as he jumped in. And yeah, the Magnetite just causes straight out chaos immediately. Back into the game. Watson. Still has the Aegis.
Still a good, healthy 2 minutes on that, so highly likely Gaming Gladiators will be able to look for another similar fight.
I didn't actually get to see. Missed it. Nighttime again. Gaming's got their BKBs. Their ult's soon back online. They could look for another one if they'd like to.
Dire's bottom tower.
Nigma just want time. If they can find fights in ideal positions, of course they'll take them. But overall, their lineup is just about waiting for this morph to hit critical peak, critical mass. he's playing or Protect 1 into Doom, so never going to be an easy one. Oh, Miracle's got that Willow thing, huh? He's got the infinite Shadow Realm attack following, or like stuck on top of you, I think it is. Watson will be given the Wisdom Rune. That's actually pretty huge. He's level 20 now.
Yeah, this rune is massive.
He's got, okay, so now he's got 20 town, he's about to have Conda. So this is when it really ramps up. This is when feels like the pressure is going to just start collapsing a lot more on the side of Enigma. We'll see how they deal with Watson in these fights. It doubles your damage, pretty much, or more.
He was already cleaning up.
He was cleaning up
before, so now with this will be the real test for Enigma Galaxy.
Yeah, Enigma now, they did get Blink Dagger on Sumail after, just before that last fight. He's got some healing lotuses too that definitely we'll have to watch out for that one. But now they do have the Tusk Blink. So they have a couple different forms to be able to try to initiate these fights. Noob is also getting pretty close to his, but...
Dire's top tower.
Luna just is getting it out of control.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ace is full alchemy, yeah, okay. He's going for the harpoon too. I think that's Link's Lincoln's cancel.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And damn it, this Alpha Wolf aura is pretty nice with Luna. You're all just hitting very hard. You're all stacked up in a fight.
Is under attack.
Nothing to scoff at. They're taking out all these tier 2 zones. Top tier 2 dead, mid tier 2 just with 2 heroes.
Enigma Galaxy right now not interested in showing up for those defenses.
Cool. Position bottom. Gofu.
We're just gonna find GH. Oh, this is the roll, but doesn't matter. GH very open. Nice trying to blink out.
အဲ့နာကျင်စောင်းနာအဲ့ရမရဘူးနာကျင်ကြိုက်ခဲနေရပဲအဲ့လူနာနောက်ပိုင်းလေကင်းကအဲ့ level 1နဲ့ဟိုဟာနဲ့ဆိုရင်စောင်းခဏနဲ့စွတ်ကြမ်းပဲ support တွေရတာနှစ်ဖာပဲမင်္ဂလာပါလူကလေးထောက်အောင်ပြောရင်မင်္ဂလာပါနော်မင်္ဂလာတာလှပတဲ့ညာကျလဲမျိုးပတ်စံရမ်းပြီးရဲ့လူကလေးဖြစ်ပါလေလူကလေးပါလူကလေး
Maybe he was just thinking about the overall
လူကလေးပါ
versus the morph is just better. Speaking of the morph, he's got his Conda. Not nearly as potent as that Luna's, of course, but let's have come to Luna. Watson actually got another Wisdom Rune. Able to sneak in and steal that one.
That's level 22.
He is massive. Noob.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe feeling a little scared too. Although he did rocket it. Passive game state for these last few moments. Most times it would be like, passive state, the one team with the Morphling usually probably feels a bit better, but still just this Luna's
just that far ahead.
It's just that far ahead, and it's the fact that there's that Doom there, that disruption versus the Morph in a lot of situations. If you just get doomed once in a fight, it could just be the end.
But the thing is, right, this is kind of flipped on the head of what happened yesterday, right? Wasn't it the last game, well, first game of the tournament for Enigma Galaxy, right? They had Miracle on an incredibly farmed Luna that was way ahead of everyone else, and then they weren't able to close it up.
This is actually true.
So maybe they themselves learned a lot from losing in that fashion to know then what to do to cause others to also lose in that fashion.
Perhaps, definitely. I mean, they do have also some crazy potential of like later games if we really want to get there. It's with Blink, Tusk, with the Ags, with the Coil. They do have ways to be able to stall.
That's true.
That's way later.
True. How's the Ags looking on the Tusk?
He's nowhere near. Nowhere near. And he even buys a gem, so even no, not even by any means. But there is that crazy potential.
Yep.
But they are getting a bit trapped, right? Not really able to get outside too much. It's just the Morph getting the farm. And he is the most important. He is the only one who really needs to get that most farm on the side of Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's Miracle's farm, and I mean, unironically, the Aghanim's farm on the Tusk. It just does so much to turn in those kind of games where the team is already, despite the lead, being very careful about how they approach the high ground. He's just you can make that sort of kickback play.
That's like
Dire's
15 minutes away.
Under attack.
He's got literally 0.
That's one Tusk rampage away. Gage is ready to find it here. They're smoked up.
They're gonna smoke and look for angles. They have to catch heroes pre-BKB.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All 3 cores have that BKB, so it's not easy to approach the fights.
I mean, are they going to be expecting Enigma Galaxy to come from this angle?
They look like they are. Playing around their ward.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, they're reading this move. Like, no one's showing.
Yep.
Something sus.
ဒီပွဲရလုံးဝအဲ့လိုပြစ်တယ်နှစ်ပတ်လုံးကဟိုနေနဲ့ရဲတက်လို့မရဒီမှာလည်းပတရားလည်းနိုင်လိုက်ကြလိုက်နိုင်နေတော့နိုင်ပါရဲ့ဒါပေမဲ့ပြန်ပြီးတော့အဲ့လိုပွဲကိုလှည့်လို့ကပြန်မရသေးဘူးအဲ့လိုဖြစ်ဖြည်းဖြည်းချင်းစီလှည့်
farm to continue from growing for
I
Watson.
can wait for Roche.
Yep, wait to play for Roche, high ground pushes, keep scaling, even potentially hit 25 soon on Watson. I didn't see if he's 23 yet. He's 23, so he is getting closer and closer.
Oh, look at that.
Time since the last kill. There we go.
3 minutes ain't that bad.
No, we've
definitely had
we've
worse,
had
right?
much grimmer ones.
But a fun.
Full holy. Yeah, that'll be problematic.
But they shouldn't be able to kill this Luna, right? This is pretty,
No, they should
pretty
not.
stacked.
Unless they full commit everything, but even then, it's not looking easy for them to touch Watson. These fights are going to be complicated. Or to the side of Nigma, how they approach it. Well, for Gaming, I feel like they can just kind of roll in and start the fight how they please now. Man, that Willow thing really bothers me. I don't know what all I say. Probably because there hasn't been a kill in 4 minutes. But... And I think the other important thing I usually try to point this one out is Miracle does have max adaptive strike. So sometimes we do see, I've seen a lot of these games actually where they get the Conda and then they have 1 level of adaptive strike until like for 3 more levels. He does have it maxed out. Does have the burst.
So yeah, see what Tofu goes for after as well, because he got 2k gold at the moment.
That usually indicates Blink. Blink or Hex, right?
Sure.
That's what I would imagine. For Hex is the obvious super late game dream versus dual mobility cores, but Blink is probably just better in most situations early on. Yeah, Roche, it's coming soon, 14 seconds. They're set up for it. Contesting out on that Roche bit sounds terrifying also. Makes it so much easier for Luna to fight there.
I think there's no way they go down for the Roche.
Yeah.
If you're Enigma Galaxy, just keep playing as you are. Get this farm.
It's definitely suicide if you go there. And yep, Roche, it's gonna be spotted. Tofu.
Radiant's
That was
top
team.
tower
Let's go
is
for
under
it.
attack.
Man, this one was pretty fast-paced and pretty aggressive, and then literally this, both teams just really looking to play around those timings.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And I'm just, the same question is gonna have to keep being brought for me at least. Will the more people to do it in this one versus
Middle
Doom?
tower is under
Now that he's
attack.
even playing versus Lincoln's Breakers. It's not feeling easy for him.
Rashad has fallen. Radiant.
Puck is scaling too. Can't write off Sumail entirely. Of course, once he's able to get to something like Octarine too, this hero is insane. But similar to the Earthspirit, I feel like the Puck and the Earthspirit kind of do similar
Radiant's
concepts
top tower is under
as it
attack.
gets to these later stages of the game in terms of damage. And they are neck and neck. Really is just that one difference. Getting closer and closer to 25.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Omar is also farming.
Radiant's top
That's
tower
very
is
close to
under
Glenn.
attack.
Not right off that one either, because that does scale a little bit better, I would say, than the supports on the
Dyer's
side.
bottom tower
Damon.
has fallen.
So yeah, Watson, he gets the lead in. That was very, very quick one. That was able with the full team of Enigma Galaxy being in the defense. They're going to turn over 4 now. GH does get caught by the silence of the cogs.
Long TP from Sumail.
Still getting on with the push here. Despite losing the Aegis, they will keep the push strong again. Tier 3's gone, the Rax very, very
Dyer's
dead.
bottom barracks have fallen.
Clever little instant catch. I believe it was Omar who got Watson at the start on that high ground first go, but yeah, now when his team is there.
Can they do it again? And this push is coming in pretty fast from Gaming Gladiators.
Fast. လူကလေးတို့ရေကားချိတ်ပြီးတော့
The Aegis lost there.
နမ်ကောတို့ကားချိတ်ပါနမ်ကောတို့ကအများနဲ့အဲ့လိုပဲလုံးနေလို့နိုင်မလို့ပြီးအားကြောင်းอ่ะပြဖြစ်တာရောက်ရေးဝတ်ဆက်ဟာမသိဘူးလို့ဟာပုံပြတီဝိုင်း
It's over.
စစ်တော့ဘာတော့လဲတော့ဒီတော့မတုံးရမလို့
More than over.
That's perfect. They got into what, 90? I think it was 90 HP. Oh man, he gets the Satanic off. They couldn't do it with the full chain stun.
Well, they got a buyback, but they haven't got a buyback on GH, and they haven't got one on Miracle. So they're going to have to try and do this 3 versus 5.
And these buildings get shredded.
Yeah, Watson just closing the game up. And the tier 4's full.
Dyer's middle tower.
And he's ready to go again. Possibly even again.
It's the kill.
Oh humanity
He called Gaming Gladiators.
GWP
Much better.
Oh humanity Humanity.
On the bottom. Knock,
Liquid-
knock. Who's there?
Liquid trigger,
It's a
trigger này à, là.
Sure, scouting everybody out.
Cái chuyện này à, số số mà này, rồi số số mà là cái nghiệp châu trên thì ở người về theo em là
Mother and the Chen. They can
Cái
do
giáo ai
scouting information with summons here and there. Tormentor gets taken down. They actually have all the shards already on the side of Abyss, so it's just a lot of extra gold.
Quite nice.
I'm a big fan of teams taking the Tormentor after you all have shards. You see extra value.
Yeah, Liquid missing out on a few of their shards.
Yeah, they don't have. They do have it on double support, but they don't have the Doom shard, which is sort of underrated. I think it's pretty strong. Get to heal up a little bit throughout it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Sadly, it's not of the damage dealt. The tooltip on it is really weird, by the way. 60% of the damage dealt makes it sound like, oh, if you deal damage to someone, you will heal off that. No, no, no. It's 60% of the damage of the spell.
Scorched earth damage only, yeah.
Yeah, the tooltip makes it sound omega busted, but it's not that strong. Still a good chart to have, though.
Because it's not damage dealt to each individual target.
No, no, no. Right. Yeah, that would make him unkillable if there were a lot of units. We would be seeing some Dooms just heal like crazy.
We'd have the old alchemist build with like Radiance, Manta, Octarine. We'd get a Bloodstone, lifesteal up of everything.
Broodmother has the link and is showing herself aggressively here. Trying to hold the aggression from Liquid coming around the corner.
How many Lincolns do we have? Brood and Underlord. Both have Lincolns now, so we could save the Brood and the Storm.
Yeah.
But actually,
it's more likely
Underlord also doesn't want to get doomed himself.
Yeah. It's just pretty good against a lot of things. Even ST trying to initiate with like an ulti on someone will be difficult now for him.
Liquid smoking in towards Roche for the second time. Ladies roll in top, and they do dive into the tree. On the Brood, smiling knife, down and out. Storm Spirit into the back, trying to find the support of Liquid. Keeping up at half HP. Abathurst, they're trying to turn back with a niche now. Rallying around the squad to try to get the Earth Spirit, but the life drain, oh, it doesn't quite heal up enough. Mickey, it's BKB fighting the buyback of the Broodmother, but smiling knife not doing anymore. Abathurst serious damage. Forces Liquid now to TP away. They're scattering to the wind, but they're falling quickly. Luna's the only survivor. As Liquid lose 4, and Abathurst have control of the Roche pit now.
Abyss are stressing right now. They triple bought back for this. Yes, it was an amazing fight for them, but they need to get the most they can out of it. Quick Roche, and then they're gonna beeline into the enemy base. And we don't have buyback on Earth Pit. Nope. This could be game here if they just go immediately.
They're gonna have to run down a lane and find tier 4s and throne. We watch some of this back. A very quick dispatching of the Broodmother, but immediate snap buybacks out of Abyss get them this team fight win.
Yeah, it was a quick takedown on her, but she also is a hard target to bring down, so they had to commit that Doom, otherwise she wouldn't have died. And of course, he knew exactly what was going to happen. He felt like he might get jumped, and then he immediately buys back. Now we see the push coming in. 50 seconds on the Earth Spirit. The supports are respawning. Buyback on the Pugna.
And we've got Rapier on Luna. I'm pretty sure I'm not crazy. I saw her buy one, right?
Yeah, she has a Rapier. She has the Rapier to try and defend here. She also has level 25. She has the Lucent Beam, hits an additional target, and she has the Glaive's Fire. So watch out for that Lucent Beam. It does a tremendous amount of damage.
Bye-bye, Spiderlings. Oh, Stormer, though. Having a bit of a poke on Luna. Forces Nikkei to back up, so bottom mid all gone. Top lane about to crumble as well. This final glyph from Liquid buys a little bit of time, and they've not lost their tier 4s or throne yet.
They're not committing to try and take the fight. Abyss are going to back out, and that means they are the ones with triple buybacks used, feeling vulnerable right now. Whereas Liquid, they have the Rapier, sure, that's a little bit risky, but I think they are happy to take fights right now. Mega creeps taken, though it's going to be difficult. Need to keep these lanes out.
How far is Saberlight from that Aghanim Scepter?
He's still 2k gold away. He doesn't have any of the components yet. Bought his travels and refresher recently, so he does have double Doom. Again here.
Ủa? Bấm vô hoa lề luôn. Cho hoa lề luôn. Cho hoa lề luôn. Tôi mới là tôi chú là cho hoa lề. PC à? Não đen lề luôn. Alo mã nào nè. Alo mã nào nè.
Creep through. We are back in our base and just holding.
Yeah. And that just Trunka is approving this. Just get ready. Get ready. And Team Liquid, they tried to make a move out, but they didn't connect on anyone. So now again, have to go back, deal with these mega creeps. They're getting pinned into the base. And as that happens, in a sort of rhythmical way, Avalos are now taking over the map again. They allowed Liquid to get out on the map in their stab, but now the onslaught of mega creeps are coming. It takes a little while before you get mega creeps, or after you get mega creeps, before the impact of them. Just wait it out the moment. Any other timings coming up right now? We have a little bit of a pause. FPS.
Like, how important is it for Avalos to kind of wait out buyback timings? Like, they have Aegis, but they're not in a rush to do anything, right?
I think it... As long as they take a fight on high ground, on favorable position, they can still be happy to take those fights because of the mega creeps as well. They should be having advantage in the fights due to that. But I don't think they want to go into the base at all with this Aegis. There's no way they're pushing with it. This is a keep your advantage Aegis at this point. Meanwhile, on the side of Liquid, they need something to turn this game around a bit, and we're seeing Mickey queue up what we saw Miracle play as well a lot. The Blink Dagger on the Luna, necessary to bring some surprise to these fights.
Yeah, because we haven't really seen the Luna fight the Broodmother at all. Like, Brood, either of them have just died.
We've seen her get killed by the Brood a little bit, but yeah, there hasn't been a very fair fight at any point, as the disables have kind of made it impossible for Luna to fight back. But yeah, at this stage, Luna just needs a clean entry to the fight. When you have the Rapier, you want to be able to pick your targets. I'm curious to see what he's gonna do though. Does he want to keep the Manta style? What's he gonna swap for this Swift Blink? The Hurricane Pike could go and keep the Manta if he wants to. Or just backpacking stuff, but that's a little bit weird now. Backpacking stuff is not a good feeling.
No. I guess backpack the Manta and swap it in and out, but I want to see what he does. Liquid very much hemmed in their base. You know, they're the ones kind of bunkering down and hoping Avalos make some kind of misplay.
But big time, he's coming up as well. Level 25 for Storm Spirit is going to be huge. He's halfway there, level 24.5. And yeah, we'll see. He gets that overload attack bounce. A lot of damage.
Wait, did he pick up the salve?
No.
Did he do it?
No, he looked at
it.
He looked at it and he said, nah. He's beyond that now. And all of Avalos are just farming and building advantage at this stage, as they should. It's not really their timing to go with 3 buybacks on cooldown. They're just playing their hand, basically. Liquid also don't really have much of a choice in this situation, sitting in base. Worth mentioning, they have this Aghanim Scepter on Earth Spirit. He could make some interesting plays with that, either saving people or kidnapping someone, sending them back out of position. Be a good way to bring down the Broodmother without having to expend the Doom.
Okay, just kick it back into Fountain.
Yeah.
And Liquid do have a pretty nice ward out of the base as well in that top jungle. So if they're actually able to push out the lanes and maybe connect into it, that could be a spot they team fight around.
So he's moving out there. He has buyback, so he feels a little bit confident. He's actually looking for targets.
Yeah, the trouble is that Radiant ward behind Liquid sees this all happening, so I think...
Yeah, they've got a good read.
Pretty good idea of what's going on.
Underlord level 25, still waiting to choose his talent here. Is it going to be the Root Duration or the Fiend's Gate dealing 100 DPS and 700 radius? I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know that that was a thing. DPS on the Fiend's Gate, huh? I guess it's annoying for Blink Daggers. 700 radius. Can really mess with your Blink.
100 DPS.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a double radiance.
But I wonder, is that the Fiend's Gate doing the damage, or is that Underlord? Like, can you lifesteal off that?
I love it. I love that that's where your mind goes. That's a true Dota player. You're thinking immediately, can I bloodstone this?
Can I bloodstone the damage? Yes.
I actually have no clue about this one because I don't think I've ever been hit by the Fiend's Gate damage per second. And I also don't play Underlord.
Me neither. Oh, I didn't know it existed until you pointed it out.
Also, I think every single Underlord I ever see always takes their root duration because what's not to love? Keep people in place more.
Oh, Liquid moved. They can move out of their base, but they're scanned up by Avalus here.
They want the Storm.
Lion. And Storm. Tucked in behind the trees, but Mickey. Oh, hang on. Where's he blink to? He's off the right hand
out
side.
of here.
And they are getting the freak out of there. Yeah, but TP.
Also, smoke move coming out from Liquid. Time invested for this. Of course, the best they can do, right? It's like they're on their
tier 4s.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Still holding on to it.
Tiny little bit of damage. Yeah, that classic Dota player thing. That's one of those things I remember. I guess I still am annoyed. The fact I'm thinking about it. Juggernaut's healing ward. You can't wholly lock at it. I was like so sure that should be how it works, and it just never did. Saberlight on a blink hex, straight in with the damage, and down he goes. Fiend's Gate coming in just to make sure that Liquid don't have any answer, and Stormer, well, he's gone even deeper. Nisha's having to roll away here, but he's being surrounded quickly.
Down on the smash.
See the approach. And Avalus actually a two-man stun there on Lina and Pugna.
See him landing good catches. 3 pickoffs at the cost of 1 buyback from Saberlight. This is a big window for them to get out on the map, start getting some damage, and maybe get that Luna all the way to the enemy base.
Is this a moment where there should have been buybacks from Avalus? Like the double Doom, the buyback from Doom used?
I don't think they can. It's a weird spot to fight. So due to the area the fight is happening, you can't really TP reinforce that. There's no TP points for them. The thing is to TP to the gate. Actually, Saberlight gets picked off in the game.
Where's that buyback?
He was pushing out top, but the Broodmother just chases him down. He didn't have BKB anymore. He gets brought down with the Bloodthorn and the Nullfire. So much damage coming out from the Broodmother.
There's a gem on the floor as well. All sorts of goodies to pick up.
Oh, that really stunts their advantage here. They had a moment where they could maybe go into high ground. Now, with Doom being dead and with him not having a buyback, Luna is not going to go to that high ground anymore. So that one death really cost them a lot. Also means they're not forcing any of these buybacks on the side of Avalus. They all get to respawn freely. And they have a timing with it. 50 seconds. Difference here between the respawns.
Absolutely wild game. 50 minutes. Liquid holding on.
Yeah. Roche being pinged out already. We see Smiling Knight straight into it. He would like to get his hands on that Aegis on Broodmother.
Freaking Scythe of Ice on the Chen.
Yeah, so he's pretty farmed at this point.
Oh,
I like that he's also got 3.3k gold. Sitting with a lot of cash at this stage. He's got the same gold as Underlord.
He bought a Hex and has...
Yeah, 3,500. Yeah. Like, how much gold were you hoarding, man?
Dear Lord.
He almost had 10k gold on that Chen.
Well, now he's got 2 banners and a cheese, and yeah, Scythe of Ice finally delivered in that very full inventory of his.
Yeah. And now going straight down. 25 seconds on the Doom. We can see them rushing with urgency here.
At a time. Guess what? He's up on the front line, but he's the one to get Hex. All the crowd takes in from Storm. Can you impress him? Get the wall again? Absolutely can! He just pulled back, trying to hold back in to build a Storm. Tier 4s are crumbling though, as Avalus rethinking their options, backing up away from the Magnetize. As they do with the Aegis. The Smile Eye Broodmother had to refresh BKB out, but the throne is now exposed. They can turn on it. Storm has died. Smile Eye thinking about the throne, but he's fallen. Mickey gets the takedown. And now Zippy's in trouble. Liquid have pulled back and held their base, defending move.
They're still chasing.
Incredible scenes. And you're right, Nisha is still chasing onto Eki. The Lion gets a Hex out, saves Seneko for now, but with a dust there, stabilized
Oh, damn.
should be able to
That
catch
is
all the
deadly.
blink backwards. Oh, you cheeky devil.
Very sneaky play there. Eki doing the most he can to survive there, but what a great turn again by Liquid. That looked like it was going to be a clean-cut fight. They get the triple grab with the Storm Spirit from the power of the buybacks there. We see Team Liquid holding again. It started out well, but they bring down the Storm and the Broodmother so quickly in this fight.
That Smiling Knight just disappears.
See Magnetize going on everyone as well, and this Rapier Luna, this time he wants to go. Last time couldn't go high ground. Waiting for his mid creep wave to come in.
We're gonna have some buybacks from Avilus though.
Yeah, they all have buybacks available, and Storm is respawning in 30, so he doesn't want a buyback. He wants to wait. He can.
Just jumps right up to high ground. Straight up to tier 3, and Nisha rolling in looking for Seneko. Doesn't find his man, but these buildings will fall quickly. Liquid at least balancing the scales in the mid lane for now. Well, even looking at tier 4s, they're poking for buybacks.
Yeah, going onward up in 13 seconds. Not a his buyback.
Who's answering? Nobody's answering the door here. They're just holding these buybacks for as long as they can. It looks like with the Glim and Seneko and Stormstorm are zipping in. They've defended their base long enough for the Brute to respawn now in 15 seconds, and Liquid tail between legs. Backing up.
Okay, Avilus actually got the correct read. They're holding without using buybacks. Now Underlord ulting in. The Aghanim is under attack. He stopped the TP of Luna. Luna is invulnerable. Yeah, she's running away though.
A little bit scary. A little bit scary for Liquid there.
Yeah, Avilus also didn't jump through the gate immediately. They used it to cancel the TP, but then they said, you know what, it's fine, we'll just walk down. Again, they might just play with the power of outnumbering their opponents at this stage.
God, it's such a slog as well, right? Like, great from Liquid to buy back, fight back, defend their base, move across the map, get a lane of barracks, and then all the mega creeps come back again. You're like, okay, gotta go through the steps again, follow the flow chart, kill off these waves, make sure that we save our base and defend, buy another Rapier on the Luna, why not?
Yeah, Liquid are so tenacious in this game, really holding on. Luna still has 5.5k gold. She has her buyback even if she bought the Rapier there. So now, if she dies, she can come back and be just as strong again. And again, it's Avilus thinking, how can we close out this game? It feels like fighting close to the enemy base against this Aghanim Earth Spirit, against the Luna with the buyback potential. It's not that easy for them. They also don't have an Aegis right now, so in 5 minutes time, there are new items spawning. Maybe they're thinking about that. Smoke coming in though. Storm looking for the jump.
They've got vision here. Seneko.
Good positioning from Liquid. They're hiding the heroes who don't have buyback.
Onto the button. Put the finger denting down with Boxy survive. Now return with a damage on the Storm, a double forward step. Gets him some distance as Nisha rolls in again, trying to find a target, but can't latch onto anybody just yet. Nisha, where's he off to? Rolling down to the southeast. Trying to connect with Saberlight on the right-hand side. But now they're a bit spread out.
Storm has cheese, can get full HP again. Can get ready. That was one refresh used on the Doom. Good poke by Avilus. The Boots of Bearing kept him alive there, by the way. Chen just saving everyone by making them run away so quickly.
Yeah, very fast. So Luna and Pug are the two with buyback. Doom's up in 30 seconds. Liquid have got some options here, but it's really a tightrope act.
Lincoln triggers over and over. As Luna is looking for a loosened beam onto anyone.
BKB's there for Saberlight.
Now he doesn't have a BKB at all. Refresher's also on cooldown, and you know it feels like Avilus is slowly grinding away, whittling away at the defenses here. The layers of Liquid.
Saberlight's needed a hell of a dominator to try and steal some creeps.
Lion has the super range impale as well, by the way. He's level 25, so he can look for long range initiations too.
Yeah, the big ravage. Avilus again, not rushing anything, knowing that Liquid are on the back foot and they are stuck in their base. they can gather up all the resources left to them on the rest of the map. Eki, Shadow Blade, Invis and hunting.
Yeah, it feels like they've made the call now. It feels like Abelos finally said, you know what? Let's not just go high ground and die here. Let's not give them way back in. They're going to try and hold on to the map and build their lead. 2 minutes until that tier 5 item comes out, and tier 5 items can really be decisive.
Yeah. Saberlight was trying to like pull waves with his helm creep, but Storm is far too smart for that. Saw the creep coming down with the vision Seneko planted earlier on. Killed it off. Like, Liquid are trying literally everything. They're going to send out squadrons of couriers in a second to try and drag these waves around.
Making so much money as well by just getting the control and bounty runes here. Saw them pick 5 bounty runes, 135 gold each times 5. Just so much influx of extra gold.
Still Luna's at the top.
Yeah, she is enormous in this game. Mika playing really well.
And immediately, and let's get rid of
Can almost buy a second backup rapier. The rapier number 3.
Do you need that many?
Yeah.
Should you start buying stuff for other people? I don't buy a moonshard.
Or for yourself, yeah, moonshard up. He doesn't have shard or Aghanims, by the way.
Oh.
But the shard is super underwhelming with this facet. The other facet can make it decent, but no one plays that.
Champions 3 မဟုတ်ဘူး Andalo ဟိုကပွဲကအရန်ကြာနေပြီမို့လို့ပွဲ59မိနစ်ဖြစ်နေပြီ identity စုံနေနေ
Their stash as well.
ဒီချိန်နဲ့ဆိုတော့တော့ကြီးနဲ့ ပတ်ဖန်နေတာနေတဲ့ဘက်ကဆိုတော့ဗျာဒီလား
Just making sure having backpack mangoes in case.
တော့လည်းမကရတာတော့ကြာနေ
We have now 40 seconds until the spawn here. And the stacks being made.
ဒီဝိုင်းမှာတပိုင်းနောက်တစ်ချောင်းအိတ်ကတည်းမှာရှိတယ်ဟုတ်တယ် Mickey
Now just farming the entire map.
Clearing everything out.
I want to see what Snake's next item is going to be. He's not even these items, he's just farming them.
What does he need?
I don't know, but he has 6,700 gold in this Chen. I feel like he has what he needs. Maybe a refresher for 2 ultis, 2 hexes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the play.
Might just be. I mean, next Roshan's coming up pretty soon, so. look there, there we go. Dragging creeps into the fountain. Wait, no, that was the Radiant creep dragging Dire creeps into the fountain.
Yep. Yeah, he was just using his satyr on Seneko. Can tap some people as we see this smoke out. Not really connecting. They might find the Storm Spirit though in the area. That's just the illusion, but the real one is down south. Actually, it's gonna be a neutral item coming in here for Dire. They already dropped 2. And Earth Spirit are currently selecting. See what they go for.
And the Brood has the pirate hat. Arcanist's armor for Underlord. Zibe just became unkillable.
He really did. Becomes so tanky. Also able to mitigate or to return a lot of damage in these fights. Magnetize, for instance, can really hurt the Earth Spirit if he has it on many heroes and he click this.
But Storm and Underlord both have Arcanist's armor now.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird to have 2 of it, but...
Just reflect all the rapier damage back on Luna and kill her?
Yeah, but it doesn't stack like that. I don't think you can... I mean, you can cycle them, but it's Nora, and then you have the activist, like, Crimson Guard, basically.
That is a large doom. Satan himself has come to do the lie, and he's been to hell and back again, but he's going to have to make a return trip, it looks like, because Babylon and Boxy are going to pummel him to the 7th level.
Oh, gem as well. Let's see if they actually remember to take that.
Nope.
Doesn't seem like it. He hid it in the little corner. Meanwhile, Roche being taken. Refresher from him. Another refresher, I assume, for the Storm Spirit. Pretty full inventories, though.
Everybody's got too many items.
Yeah, they're completely full. It's actually a refresher shard on the Broodmother, so she has 2 BKBs. Okay, we can see the full choices here. So they have Arcanist armor on the Earth Spirit as well. A little bit of nice protection. We still need more on the Dire. Luna still doesn't have hers. Running around with a Paladin sword at this point for the extra lifesteal.
There is a token there.
Is it Dire though?
No, that was Radiant, sorry.
Yeah, Dire are not slotted out. They only have 2. So maybe they can find a way to get out here on the top. We see Boxy looking for it. Going up to try and clear some of these jungles, but yeah, full 5 items on the side of Radiant. Feeling quite ready. Of course, Lion being dead makes it hard for him to go right now, though.
No luck up there. This is the situation we've seen. Stormers. Nisha. And he's actually rolled in here towards the side device of Seneko, but it's Avalos who are backing up and running away because Storm is pretty much out of gas right now. I think
Liquid making a move out, but again they have to pull back to defend. Avalos know this.
Whoa, what did I miss? But yeah, we've seen plenty of times players by hand of Midas prepping for this tier 5 item situation. With the help of the Dupe, got on top of the Nisha, his Earthspirit caused a lot of damage return, but it didn't last long enough to do the job as Saberlight with his Aghanim Doom tries to waddle in over the top of Avalos.
He keeps Storm there.
They can try and catch on Saberlight on the Stormstormer to keep locked in place. They need damage to follow through though, and Saberlight stepped out, BKB and run away. He's out of the danger zone. He's the only real casualty here now. Stormstormer's going to the back. The airy vortex almost in support. The backup is lacking for both teams though. The carries are struggling to stand their ground and fight. A lot of poking and prodding, backstabbing, and a couple of buybacks. Here. Insanely needing to defend the throne though, because Avalos are charging forward with Eki yet again, lining up and go onto his own spirit. Stormstormer very low on resources though, has to zip away. And Smiling Knight a little afraid of re-entering. They go back and forth.
Liquid are so strong, but they have to go back and defend. These mega creeps always just making them have to split up. If they had Insania there, maybe they could have kept fighting, not lose to Pugna, but Avalos just reaping the rewards of that pressure coming in on the base.
Look at the damage dealt. What, yeah. Like 2 heroes died? okay, 4 heroes died. Let's be fair, but that's 50,000 damage.
So much damage coming out from Luna in such a short burst as well. She hardly was attacking anyone there. She just like clicked the losing beam a few times. So much damage, and now we see Avalos actually making a move for the high ground.
But now we have 4v4 buybacks available.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
One used immediately. Pugna.
Toward the throne. Try and get some clicks into it here. Mickey and Boxy holding the line just behind the Ancient. And Avalos again, disciplined to step back. Well, this is one of those situations, like you were saying earlier, right? If Avalos go in, knowing the buyback situation, they don't have that ease of access to the team fight. They'd have to TP to, outpost or something.
Oh my god, we have Seer Stone on Lion now. He didn't have his neutral before. They had it, but he didn't convert it yet. Now he's coming back with the Seer Stone as well. The extra 350 cast range on Hex and Impale. It is really good for him. He gets it so far back now. He's playing without buyback, but this really helps him be useful even without that.
Mickey has found some force boots.
Dire's Ancient is under
Little Luna to
attack.
try and get her into position. Because there's been a story of this game. I think he has struggled to stick on the target he wants to. And now Stormstormer being eyed up by Nisha and Saberlight with AoE Doom. It looks like they've got him dead with buyback. As the rest of Liquid trying to step forward in towards Zibe, but Pittermans are down. He's attacking the Underlord. Half HP is keeping him going. They need the roll back in from Nisha to keep tabs on him. But I just don't offer enough damage. If you turn into a statue now, it looks like it's Nisha drifting away, trying to save his own life, but Saberlight's dead. They do have buyback and Mickey. Look at the fight. So Luna against the Brood Mother, then Luna's winning. To actually get some damage down for Avalos back. Mickey's out of gas. Has he run out?
Storm got the rapier. Deploy, and immediately we can see the Luna just try and hold again. Doom standing inside the throne, ready to defend it at all costs. Team Liquid, this is the definition of never give up. They're fighting as hard as they can here. Pull down on the buyback on Storm now, but losing the buyback on both Doom and Luna, there's a huge blow to them. Question is, can Avalos make something happen with it though?
This game is like the never-ending gobstopper from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's just a gift that keeps on giving.
Pugna is dead for 90 with no buyback. They're definitely going to regroup and go again. We see the Storm going back to base and healing up right now. Getting in position. And have to go back into the game soon because the jump is coming.
They're prepping for it.
looking at Quinn versus Sumail, and I can definitely think of worse things. So enjoy game number 2 coming your way with ODPixel and Fog. But first, I'm PUBG Pandas.
Prepare for battle.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for game 2 here now between Enigma Galaxy and Gaming Gladiators. We're going to find out who's going to be able to take this one here after that. Game 1 in which Gaming Gladiators, they certainly looked a whole lot more warmed up for this than they did yesterday. Yes. They came in today, great game 1. Looking into this game 2, what do you think we're going to be making of this, folks, when you see the heroes that we've got this time?
Looks nice for gaming. Enigma's gone a bit outside the box, of course, with this tide pick. They'll trap Watson as he steps out far.
A little bit awkward. The burst strike. Not enough damage. I mean, Omar's coming in from the side, but they can't finish off Watson, so...
5v5, nobody dies.
Yeah. Everybody gets away.
Blood grenades, I think, was 1 or 2 used? I think maybe 2 were used.
Trying for Celery.
Celery.
They might get first blood here. Oh, the very fire. They'll get him. First blood for Omar. And in fact, the bounty ring is still there as well. So he's going to be able to grab that one as well. So what's that? The 3 bounty runes and first blood. Enigma Galaxy this time.
It's pretty important, I would say, especially for bounty. I think, you know, the panel's talking about how tanking is probably the biggest difference, but I think it's tanking and bounty. I think the amount that Omar can actually do with these kind of little clever rotations and pulling lane can be pretty huge. We'll see how all that ends up going down. We also do get blessed with another Quinn Earth Spirit, so as I said on panel 2, he is trying to work on that one. He played very well in that last game. And again, in this game, it does look like another good one, right? Playing versus the Drow, collapsing on top of her. I don't know how many games I look and I'm like, it's a bad Earth Spirit game, to be completely honest with you. This hero does seem to be pretty damn good. I never really could see a bad game for it.
Maybe there is kind of like some lineup with like 2 strength, really beefy heroes, high HP, but even then you're not going to get punished. You're going to get to do something. You're going to be killing people with the Magnan's eyes.
Yeah, it feels like it's such a good all-around hero. Scale's great, does everything, moves, does good damage. Yeah, it really takes all that. And it gives you a nice little silence and control to catch backline support, saving heroes. It's always phenomenal for the Spirit.
They're going to get him. Nope. See if they can get anything more. Oh, GH, can he live? He can't. GH will go down, but you know what? Miracle's happy with that. He gets the solo XP for the second one. Double kill for Miracle on that safe lane Drow.
Just the battle lane. He has 2 CS, but you know what? He'll get the kills nonetheless because of it. Similar to what they did last time with the Tuskus with the tag team committing for these kills.
And all in all, what do you make of the 2 last picks? Some very traditional offlane heroes resurfacing here, the Darkseer and the Tide Hunter.
Very different, I will say. You know, top. I understand versus the Morphling, the appeal that it can be for the Tide. I'm unsure if this hero actually can. Yes, we saw Mar play it, but he's a specialist. And he was given a pretty dream scenario yesterday when he did get it. He ended up picking it, and then they picked a win runner into it also, which made it even better. And my goodness, mid is 15-4.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
And that's the funny thing, because we're actually saying ourselves out last game, it was a rough one. You know, in that matchup. You know, we're like, well, maybe this time something like a Sand King for Sumail might do him a bit better.
Nope.
It's going worse for Sumail.
It really is. It's just crushing the matchup.
Bottom lane, good fear there. Pushing Miracle back, but he's got the stick charges and the snowball. Miracle will live. They've got the shards. I mean, he wants to try and step up and go for ace, but it's a bit risky with how low he is. Might still be able to do it. Miracle playing around the edge of the creeps. Won't quite get the kill.
Gotta watch the dead shots.
Indeed. That's what he was watching out for. Does still get a hit, but it's at safe distance, so he won't get punished for it.
It's still a tough lane for Ace. Both offlaners are struggling in this position, even though the Tide was picked versus the Morph to try to counter and be able to sit in that lane. They are slowed down a bit. He does have 6 denies, though, which is pretty good for that Tide. Yeah, this is a weird lane, this Darkseer Muerta combo. There is some cool stuff you can do with the dead shot, pushing them back into creeps with ion shells, but
That's true.
Not the most traditional looking lane with the Darks here. Level 3, been hit for GH. He now does have that point in the tag team. Definitely see more kills happen down here. So I'm able to get any of these couriers too. I know he has that courier sniping ward. He looks he should be able to get one here of Watson.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now Noob's lane should be free farm up here now on this tide. He should not be able to get pressured out by an Enchantress and Morph. While bottom Ace, he still will struggle versus this lane.
Yeah, they just trade so much damage into it.
So overall, the tide will be able to get a good amount more out of this lane, and they could even potentially start making moves. That's why I was mentioning for Omar, since he is playing with the tide lane versus that Morph, as the levels come out for that tide, you can just leave him. And you start making moves as a bounty hunter to be able to secure these other lanes. We're seeing him doing it already, so.
Yeah, they've got no detection down here, so they're not prepared for these sort of movements from Omar. Hit the roll in. Ace is very, very dead. They'll turn towards Tofu as well.
There's a Centaur creep here.
I think Tofu's going to be going down. Celery's trying to help out as they turn towards GH. They'll get the kill, but it's a double kill for Miracle.
A triple?
He might get Celery as well. Celery, he's gone. A mega kill streak, triple kill. We're 5 minutes here for the Miracle Drow.
Omar, you got it. I would, tip Omar. There's a really good rotation. Very good identification what he did there too. Snipes Courier, makes the first move before the Ench makes the move too, so perhaps even scouted the Ench trying to make the move bottom. Very heads up stuff there from Omar. And yeah, Noob now. He's fine left alone. Alright, very nicely done.
A lot of money, 1,000 gold sitting in the bank here, Miracle.
I'm wondering what he wants to buy. Do you just go Falcon Blade or do you just go for big items? Gotta go for the big.
There's the blade. That's in the man Tofu.
Also gets grabbed up.
Very quick to punish his moves this time round. Mid lane as well, Samel, once again, like in the last game, has caught back up pretty nicely. Still a bit of a lead. Quinn, Miracle. Starting to push them back, but won't be able to push back. Quinn, he goes straight for the TP out. The damage is way too much.
That's a mega kill for Quinn. It's a huge golden Quinn. Good rotation from him. Luke still applying pressure to Watson, getting these anchors messages. He's being annoying. We'll see Morbid versus that Morph.
Very much been a lane where Noob barely taken any damage at all from any of the harassment that Gaming Gladiators has tried to do against him.
The first 2 levels he was slowed down a little, and then just complete free farm, and Omar is just running the show around the place. He's putting so much invisible pressure, we like to call it literal invisible pressure. Set up for the runes. Arcane rune on Sumail. And it's the lineup that can thrive off of these type of aggressive plays early on too. Can get some snowballs on with this bounty hunter plus tanking early aggression. And just Miracle being off to such a hot start and getting those kills is pretty massive and dropping that farm early on top. Can they finish him off?
Oh, same time down bottom. It looks like Enigma Galaxy want to set something up once more. They've got the shots onto Ace.
A lot of damage on GH.
These iron shells are stacking up. They're doing a lot in return. Ace is able to run.
Hopefully cleaner here.
They'll have to be cautious. There's the side of the sandstorm.
Quinn not wanting to roll in though. He's a bit afraid to just get gusted and brought down under the tower. Also no Tide has TP, so.
Has left the time for Omar to make this move and grab that wisdom rune.
Ravage top, Noob attempts for a solo kill from the tree line. Not gonna happen.
That's the part. You know, when you're playing Tide off lane, you go for these solo kills early, and then it's like, oh well, I don't have my ult for the next 2.5 minutes, so I guess I'll just have to sit here and free farm.
Yeah, I mean, it feels pretty bad though, because now it opens up the opportunity for them to dive bottom. Now they're like, hey, no Ravage. Now we can collapse on Miracle. We don't have to worry about a Tide TP.
Quinn has gone in for this, but they're ready for the counterplays. He's taking him out of damage. My goodness, the area coming out from Gaming Gladiators. Coming back in with the epicenter, but not really getting on top of anyone. They make that look pretty easy, Gaming Gladiators. They get in, they get the kills, and they get out, they lose nobody.
I mean, there's no Tide Ravage, you know?
No Tide Ravage.
If there's a Ravage there, they're more hesitant to make that play. The fact that Noob loses it, yeah, so they definitely identified that, and they made the call, and they're like, we're gonna go, and we're gonna go for the dive play. Looks a little scary for Quinn for a second, but gets surged, able to reset his positioning.
I guess, yeah.
And they're back completely tied up, these here, in terms of that net with their 2K lead that was starting out for the side of Nigma. Still a 600 gold lead, at least on the core, the carry matchup, but Gaming bringing things right back into comfort.
Well, that's next Ravage.
Next Ravage.
That'll be the big one.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, last game I didn't get to talk.
Oh, Miracle.
Miracle again.
Gonna try and get through this. If they got something to stop the channeling, they don't. Actually able to get out. At least the three of them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh. What should be? The other thing I was gonna mention. Oh, no way!
Oh dear,
He's not okay.
No way that just happened.
Okay, I mean, they forgot about the bounty earlier on the bottom lane when Omar was able to make that infamous play. And now up top, Watson's forgetting about the bounty being in the game there.
I
Giving
cannot.
it too low and getting Shuriken from a mile off.
Can you imagine if he dropped his items too? Like, oh my goodness, I was looking. Drop items to backpack.
But one of those things, it happens once.
It happens once.
It doesn't happen again, it happens the once.
But that's a pretty huge gap. Morph was starting to full catch up. Dies right afterwards to just a little shuriken.
I mean, the fact that he was able to get the kill with the shuriken. He didn't need to walk up and go for the tap when he was low HP with the right click.
That was heads
He was able to throw a shuriken and it got him.
That was pretty cool. But yeah, so Noob and Omar, these are two at least, you know, now for me to watch a bit more. Because last game, I feel like they underperformed a bit. You know, Noob he was given the opportunity to get like this diffusal blade at a pretty good timing, and then I feel like he wasn't showing up to a lot of the fights. So I want to see him have a couple better performances in this one. Because that one Ravage already hurt quite a bit of the momentum they had going. The next one, we got to be a bit better.
He's got the Ravage at the ready. Quite yet, first strike out. Sumail is dead. I'm feeling that this was the fight to go for the Ravage play.
Omar too.
Radiant's middle tower is under
What the
attack.
hit, man?
And I think that they talked about from the panel, it's actually pretty crazy. Is, you know, in the past, Earth Spirit was support, Darkseer was core, the Earth Spirit was lower level, so the Ion Shell wasn't as beneficial for the support. This is a level 8 Earth Spirit. This is a very tanky boy that can use that Ion Shell as effectively as possible in early game, which is very, very strong. So maybe that's why they wanted this Darkseer, besides just those auras that look really good versus the tanking. Get good control of this game, and Sumail is struggling.
Getting some info down bottom, seeing what he can find for the team.
I really feel like Omar's got to be the X factor. I feel like him doing those like crazy little snipe plays, it's gonna be the biggest thing, at least for me, in the mid game beside Enigma. Because I feel like the team fights are gonna get pretty complicated for them pretty quickly, versus the auras is gonna come out from Ace. Because you'll get your blink on the Sand King and the, you know, either a mech or a pipe. So it's a mech this time around on the Darkseer. It'll be coming out at the same time to counteract a lot of it.
Hovering around just in case some couriers pass by.
Get them all. Get them, Omar. How many have we had so far? I think
Well, that's quite a meaty one as well. That's the completed mech.
That's actually...
Dire's courier has been killed.
They have a minute where they could potentially make a play, and I think the Sand King blink might be coming out at the same time too, so... Well, he's actually a little short. It'd be pretty much perfect if he had it right now, because they could smoke up and look for a play without that mech up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Either way, great stuff. That's how many did, was it 4 or 5 couriers? And I think he got 2 or 3 wards at the same time also, so... Significant gold gain. Bounty hunter so far. And there's that.
Let's see if they got smoke.
And they can move around it because there's no mech. Win does get a shield rune.
And he's just picked up his blade mail, so jumping the Earth Spirit is not going to be appealing.
No. And Noob. They could start on him.
Radiant's
Look at
middle
the damage,
tower
it's
is
pretty
under attack.
tanky.
Sumail is wrapping it up.
And the Ravage is ready, there it is! Ravage to set up into the forest, tries to put the face down. Sumail doesn't default, Noob will survive.
မတရားတော့နော်ជីជីနဲ့ဟိုဟာနဲ့ပဲကြည့်လို့တော့ကောင်းတယ်တစ်ချိန်လုံးချနေ
GH coming in onto
It's a big tree.
This time round they're ready for that. Okay, oh, and a TP out, we'll save them. So for able to get away, but they get the big ones. They get Ace, they get Quinn.
And it's when the mech is dead. So that's a really important thing. There's a mech there. They might actually survive. At least a good amount longer to be able to reset. So
I think so.
It was a good positioning for Enigma to take that, or a good like timing for them to take it, but not a good position. Because look where that fight was taken to. It's down bottom, so they can't really turn and transition this into anything great after getting these kills. Yeah, they'll get some space, but now their ulti's on cooldown. And Gaming can look to fight back and watch it so far.
Let's see if he can get the cheeky setup here. If he gets all the stun into the silence from Miracle.
There is a ward seeing Miracle though.
Okay, so Watson should know.
Huh?
He just got soloed.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's see if they can punish them for this, Quinn. He rolls up.
လွီလေရ
A dead shot's gonna
ဝ
miss.
ဆန်းလူနေတယ်နော်ဝဆန်းအဲ့လောက်
Chasing them down.
ခေါင်းကြီးအဲ့လောက်
They'll be able to get the
ခေါင်း
shot
ကြီးအဲ့လောက်ဓာတ်ပြီးထွက်လာမယ်လို့ဒီကောင်မထင်တာ
I mean, Omar
လောက်ကတော့
just killing them. I mean, Miracle's also going to go down.
တင်းရလို့လေရဝဆန်းရှက်သေးဗျ
It's getting pretty crazy. Okay,
He did
both
the
carrying
shuriken
dead.
He did the shuriken perfectly, right? He did it
Bounced
through
off
him
pretty
and
well.
bounce off, right? So he got the multiple damage because he did like 500 something damage onto him.
Yeah, I'm sure we've got a replay
So
for that
I-
one. We always have a replay for the funny stuff. Let's have a look at this.
You said it was going to be only once, but now we've had it twice. No raindrop on the morph, and yeah, he just hits him with double. So, all right. I mean, we said Omar was probably going to be X Factor, but I don't think I expected that to happen twice.
I mean,
in this
maybe
game.
that sort of vision played against Watson there because he was looking at the drow. He's like, the drow is not near enough to connect with the gust or anything. So I'm perfectly fine. The drow, see, even if he's hit, he can't kill me on his own. Well, Omar says, well, guess what? Yes, I can.
That was very bizarre. He's going to have a vessel pretty much.
Well, it happens twice. It doesn't happen 3 times for him.
Yeah, we keep saying that. I mean, Watson's definitely not going to be as morphed down now, I don't think, while jungling.
No.
I don't think he'll be at 300 HP.
He's going to be farming on full strength.
Well, not full strength. Never go full agi. You know the term, we've heard that one from a long time, the memes. Never go full agi. Watson, he'll not go full. Gets punished.
Get him twice.
And the other thing,
I'll
too,
get him 3 times.
you know what? Watson had duelist gloves, too. So he should have known from the extra attack speed that he gets from the invisible hero lurking around.
Yeah, but the range of that's pretty big. Could it
is
drow
quite large.
You know what I mean? Could he not just consider being the drow that was sort of...
Maybe, but that was...
It's 1200. 1200, that's a big number, right?
Yeah, 1200 is about to scream, you know? I mean, whatever. I'm being a joke. He is rank 1. Watson. 12 to 11.
Oh, no.
He's not gonna...
That's pretty low on the numbers there.
We're all sweating.
Oh, we're all watching. Getting the popcorn out for this one.
Omar's got the vessel, too, so... This vessel's gonna be pretty impactful, too. Yeah, there's gonna be Greaves now to dispel at least off of himself.
Yep.
This will be very nice since that Morphling's time has been slowed down so much, even versus the Earth Spirit. It's gonna be pretty good, too.
He's not going to find Watson for now.
Greaves are done, though, for Darkseer. I feel like when Darkseer has Greaves pipe, I don't know where damage is going to come from Enigma. That's my real biggest concern. Yeah, their Drow is still farming very well, but it does feel like gaming is content with the game state, even though Morphling has died 2 times in a very close.
Nice little shoots there from Omar. But should still be dead. Oh,
How'd he grab him?
all right. I mean, Omar will still fall, but nice attempts there for GH to keep him alive.
Sumail revving it up.
He's going to jump in. Straight away over was Quinn. He's going to be able to get down to the low ground. Quinn's out.
ဒီဟဲ့အောင်ကြီးဟိုက်ရောင်းလို့ကျွေးသွားတယ်ဒီကပြစ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ကရုံရုံပါတယ် first game ကလည်းသူပြစ်ရှာပါလုံးရှာပါ
Good positioning from Miracle.
Nice show,
Just free fire from the high
ကို
ground.
လည်း
there.
လုံးပါတ
Celery
ယ်သူက
also.
လည်း
Baby goes down.
They're pushing on for it.
Watson's turned up now.
Dude does have round. Open now. Catch on as two with them.
အိုးဒီမီအတားကြီးပါ
Deep Watson getting on the back lines, cleans those up. And now Enigma Galaxy, they're heavily outnumbered.
American ပြောနေလို့ရှိတယ် American ကောက်တယ်
Now Noob's
American
just
လိုက်ပါ
got to run.
Watson makes up for his mistakes from earlier. Dying like that, but then gets double
We
punished.
get him twice, but that's it.
Yeah.
Now out of that, it's going to be back to business from Watson as they run down Noob.
They got baited, Owen. They wanted to go for an extra kill on this one.
He's turned back
မာ
up.
ချက်တီဆိုတာထိုက်ကြီးကိုလည်းကြည့်ဦးမန်ဒဘီချက်တီ
Omar, let those.
He's got the control there, but the H.O.'s going to push back at the dead shot. He'll also go down once more.
Do they end up, is that
There you go,
that's an ultra kill for Watson? They end up losing 5 heroes because they tried to chase for the Enchantress. They tried to chase after Celery after they
အေးလို့ Agent Bro သွားလိုက်တာ
That was a little
ရအောင်
It's
ကြည့်
rough. And it does seem it's a few times out the Ravages not feeling the tide onto having kind of the impact maybe that you want to from a hero that's 3rd highest net worth in the game.
Yeah, not too much. Everything was looking good if they just didn't end up going for that extra kill. They ended up them going for Celery, literally got all 5 of them killed. And it got 4 of them to Watson. He was bottom court. He was one of the bottom court, now he's top court. He gets literally 4 kills handed to himself.
He's back, and he's mad after done those 2 times. So he's ready to crush them.
And that was, I mean, picture perfect double stun. Double stun into Caustic, into both heroes popping on each other.
Under attack.
Beautiful. And the wait started too. I didn't see who ended up actually 4-stack. I didn't see. Well, something reset the positioning either way. I don't think it was forced that. But anyway, they reset positioning. And yeah, Enigma just has to be careful how they're going to overchase, especially if they had used so much already. The absolute dream there for Watson. And that does also mean that, I mean, Ace did die at the start of the fight, but it's going to enable him to get that pipe timing faster and faster. I think I think there's no damage. Like, literally, when that happens, it's literally all on Miracle.
Yeah, Miracle has to be 9 slot.
Yeah, and he has to be able to stand as a turret and attack pretty much the entire duration of these team fights. Versus these type of heroes that collapse on you, Morph, Darkseer, Earth Spirit, not easy. And even the Morph turning into Sand King, he's got options to be able to close gap even more. I'm watching that HP. 1,000. And get popped on more, even though he's looking for the angles. There is that Manta also too, so it makes it way harder.
It's not
happening again.
There's no way. And you can quote something.
You can quote.
Just fuck up ပြောင်းသွားပြီလားပြောင်းလေ bro ဒါပဲလေဆွဲတဲ့ဟာရှိရယ်ဟိုပြီးဝိုင်းရရင်ဟိုဖြစ်တဲ့ဟာရှိရယ် damage တက်တဲ့ဟာရှိရယ်
last time the towers, right? They can't really hit buildings on the side of Enigma again. Last game they couldn't either.
Yeah, it's just the drought. And you know, Miracle's not going to want
to be there
until he's like 4 or 5 items deep on his build.
Yeah, he needs like BKBs and stuff at that point when he would start power hitting versus that lineup. That's quite a ways away from wanting to go for something like that. No! Whoa. Nope. He's got his pipe coming, so he's getting quite a bit tanky, but they do have a
Ravage is bash up.
But there's a BKB now on the Earth Spirit, so he's got the counter.
Let's stick around and push for this tower, Gaming Gladiators.
They can push for this and even perhaps reset to go for that Roche soon. There's 20 minutes that shifted.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Try to force some reaction. They have a ward behind to scout if anybody does TP.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Enigma is not content to
Radiant's
look for
bottom
contest
tower
in this.
is under attack.
Doesn't mean tier 2. It's gone.
Radiant's bottom
Right,
tower
looking on these wards. Okay, no Solar Crest yet on GH. They don't have that same one to counteract. There is that Solar that is finished off on the edge. Both teams kind of similarly building for each other. You know, the board building for themselves. Bloodstone's done. Sumail getting a bit stronger.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, for the Wisdom runes, he'll succeed again.
Sumail's going to do quite a bit of damage too. He do get Whispers of the Dread. Just have that extra spell
Dire's
damage.
middle tower
Just, yeah,
is
it's
under
into the
attack.
pipe. I think it is done, right? Nice. Oh no, actually not just yet. Still a ways away. Getting some tower damage.
That looks like they won't hold on to this tier 1 mid-game Gladiators. They'll let Enigma Galaxy finish that.
Dire's
It looks like they're just
middle
fine
tower.
dropping that and just getting a rush.
Yep. Put it on for Watson. Ready for the next fight.
Yep, accelerate.
Dire's middle
Excuse
tower
me.
is under attack.
Even by its gem now. So playing versus the BSK, playing versus the Bounty. They're going to look to completely take over the map now in these next few moments, it feels like, on the side
Dire's
of
middle
gaming. So
tower
for
is
Enigma,
under
they have to be
attack.
set up pretty perfectly to look for these fights, and they have to land the wombo combos. And they have to have the Drow attacking during it as well. There's a lot of different things that they gotta have to go for themselves, it does feel. But Omar has been very pesky and giving great information, sniping couriers. I feel like he's really been the one that slowed down the momentum, because I feel like this game would be like 8k gold lead, maybe even more, if he hadn't found those 2 snipes so far. And all these couriers and wards, they do add up. Even I won't be able to find anything. Looks like it was pinged out.
Up there on the timer again. Yeah, 5 minutes this time. It's been once more that this calm period. It worked to their benefit last.
It exploded right after that. They literally just like won the game right after that.
Yep.
So it could be another one of those similar things. That timing, that 22 minutes after they get Aegis, where they just want to control, not make any of these mistakes.
See if Enigma Galaxy's high ground defend is a little better than Sumail TPing out under the tower. Didn't expect Quinn to be hiding in the trees waiting for him, but he was.
Oh, that's a huge kill too. Keeping out under the tower. Yep, I guess you expect people up. That's very bold. Are also now.
Is under attack.
I'll make him work for it.
once again, Enigma Galaxy.
It's all after that one mid situation, really. Things were looking pretty okay for them, and then, yeah, that mid fight, that blunder, they lost 5 heroes to chase an enchanter that didn't even kill. Up to 7k quickly. So 3k, up to 7 after they find Sumail, 2 support kills afterwards. And this is looking like that methodical gaming that we do see sometimes.
Yeah. And just, again, the impact of the last picks, really. You look at Ace on his Darkseid this game, what, 2, 4, 16. And then on the other side, Noob, he's got good farm.
Sure.
1, 1, and 4. The Tide presence, it's just not felt there.
No, and, you know, I actually completely forgot about this for a second, but the panel I mentioned, too, the Shard. They felt like the Shard was going to be pretty important this game versus the mobility cores, but he hasn't even gone. So... maybe he can't at this point either, because he is playing versus like the Manta Morph, and he is playing versus the Airspeed with BKB, but we'll have to see what they want to do as this game does progress, because it feels like it's just getting harder and harder.
And trying to get that axe, I mean, we're halfway towards it.
What does that I just don't even know what that does. Yeah, I was thinking Shiva's for him.
It's wave clear, obviously one for the high ground hold.
And minus armor for the Drought to blast on people, I don't know.
Oh, you gotta get the ball. Nó đầu á, chú tại vì đi rồi là những cái thằng kia lại đi vào cái kia, đi vào phía nào, nó mà cuối nhau quên là đó, cái kia nè. Bây giờ cái này nó bắn, nó sẽ biến biến gì. Nó show rồi, tại vì cái là phía này à, cái là phía này à, tại vì tí đi ra. Sao quy về à, quy show à, có nghĩa là mày biết là đâu nào ấy, cái cháu mà我现在đứng边是我的不听嘛，你ra cháu mà drill.
Wanting to go back in.
That's pretty low. Has to get down to the low ground.
That's a pretty good fight.
That's something. A little bit of a hold there and a defense against a team that was pushing him with the Aegis.
And Miracle literally just stood and attacked the entire team with it, so I was able to get a good chunk of damage. They couldn't really walk in with Ace. He got nothing off. Axe timing for Miracle. They'd come out right before that one too, so it was quite nice.
See what they can do with this. Managed to slow down Gaming Galaxy.
Gaming Galaxy.
Gaming Galaxy. Gaming Gladiators.
I mean, it's pretty large. It's definitely important now that they get that type of fight win versus the Aegis and versus the BKB timing. Does cause a buyback, but Celery also did end up buying out. And he's going to have an Aegis on them. I really thought he was going to go Shivas because it did feel like it fit better, but maybe it is all just about enabling the Drow, who is getting to a point where it's scary, at least for the Morph.
Yeah, and Sumail's going to get the Shiva soon, right?
He'll do it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
And then I'd imagine, still after this axe, Noob probably will get the Shard, right?
Shard and then Refresher, something like that, or Shard Hex. Probably a possibility. Miracle now has crit, too, after that last fight after the Eggs. Starting to get on his way. Have to have that kind of exact scenario for the fight happen. They can get multiple different stuns to layer, prevent the Darkseid from getting anything off, and Miracle just stand his ground.
Oh, the vacuums are in time!
Close.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
For Gaming Gladiators now, after that, didn't go too hot for them. Back and pushing with the Aegis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Last game was anything to go by. They may just sit back and farm it up and wait for the next stage.
Yeah, it does feel like that. Sit back and wait for them to make a mistake. I think Gaming just overcommitted a little bit hard in that last one. Because Ace got literally nothing off. Yeah. It's pretty important that Ace does get at least one spell. Nemesis Curse for Miracle too. These things matter. These things add up. Level 18. If he's able to stand his ground, he can do a lot. And that is their gem too that they took away, right? Sumail carrying that one. I don't know if they totally took away. Celery, it is.
Okay, I'm watching it.
Was able to get the ult off, but won't be able to survive.
Kills
killing. That's a pretty slow game right now, so
that's good.
You don't feel too bad dropping an ult for that?
No, definitely not. I think that's quite a good ult there for Sumail.
Because I feel like you just know that Gaming Gladiators aren't really going to make any plays until Roshan's back up.
No, they're starting to get quite a bit strong, actually. The Shivas, once he's got that on Sumail, then they have the Frost Towers from the Drow also, too. That could be pretty good versus Watson as the game goes on, too. Maybe writing them off a little bit too early. They are able to find those here, just blow that momentum. 1 minute till Roche, so we'll see when that one does kick off. Who's going to be prepared for it more. But could definitely see the side of Nigma contest around that Roche pit. They've gotten these next few items that are pretty important after that last fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Noob's got to have the shard pretty much done too.
to try and strike before they get the Aegis.
Watson's got BKB, right? It's fresh. Eyes on Watson. Eyes on Drow, really, actually. Eyes on... If Miracle's able to stand ground attack, that's the success for Enigma. If they get on the Drow early on at all, the fight's going to be disastrous. Let's see who does get that jump.
The way they're moving, they're not looking to be on track towards anyone right now, Gaming.
I think that was just a warp, but they're sweeping, right? Lane positioning, us pushing top.
They're going to know something's up here.
They have vision down here. They see the tide.
They want to try and go on noob first. They're going to attempt to.
Looks like
the kickback is pretty tanky. And it's going to pop the Ravage in an effort to survive. Won't be able to turn with that.
They have so much poke from a distance. Adaptive strike takes out like a third of his life, it feels like, almost. And just that pure damage from the Ench. That's Ravage on CD when Roche is coming back up soon.
I mean, the rest of the team was just not really in a position to try and turn that fight either, unfortunately, for the Noob and for Enigma Galaxy as a whole.
They just need like 5 heroes stacked up when that play happens. They need to have everybody there for the Ravage. Second matters of the stun. Yeah, Ravage is going to be on cooldown for the Roche contest now after that. Be about, 40 seconds or so without that.
Somehow, who's thinking about going for another solo play on these supports.
Don't want to waste an MP on a support right before Roche is spawning.
Need everything they can. They cannot allow Gaming Gladiators to get that Roche. That likely will be the Roche and the Aegis that allows Gaming Gladiators to get very close to closing the game up. Enigma Galaxy, they'll want to head out and contest that.
They gotta make sure to get these lanes out too. Starting to get pressure from the Ion Shell. They have 4 heroes positioned bottom.
They gotta start making their way over to the pit.
They're smoked
Enigma
up.
Galaxy, yeah. They can't let Gaming Gladiators get this.
They said no Ravage, so.
Alright, cool. We'll look to join them. It's gonna
Here we go.
Okay, he comes over mid tier 3.
Wait a minute. He's actually really tanky.
They're gonna jump and try to runs into the end. Stacking bar strikes back onto the turn. It's immediately set up for the kill on the Savannah GH.
The bait was there from
Beautiful stuff from Watson with that turnaround, and of course there's no Ravage. I mean
that was beautiful.
Yeah, they were
so
ready for that
win.
Yeah, you're going on this sprint. You don't really even get close to killing him. That's got to feel bad for Enigma Galaxy.
And he's back up the phone. How many times now? I think that's 4 times, 3 times. I've seen Watson turn into a tanking. Yeah. Get a double stun. Pop somebody almost immediately.
Looks like they might not need the Aegis at all with a team fight like that falling into their hands. Gaming Gladiators, they're up to the high ground.
It's very similar to how that last one went. The last game too, right? There's like some signs there from Nigma, and then it just immediately explodes after 1 or 2 mistakes. Gaming just really knowing how to just capitalize on these mistakes massively.
Radiant's bottom
Sets.
turrets are under attack.
Nice. Comes in.
Get a vacuum. Get a roll connection. GH. So with a snowball, he is dead. No buyback on him.
Not easy for Miracle to hit target. I saw him hitting Quinn and he's dying. He's dying to the blade mail. Can't actually even go for any type of trade kill there.
They can play it super chill now. Gaming Gladiators back off, get their next round of items. They're very close to. Roshan get that Aegis. We'll see again this attempt. Enigma Galaxy trying to fight, making that jump in onto Quinn, but you say with the shield rune and such, and Watson BKBs comes in, gets that Sand King power strike used against them, and unfortunately for Noob, because of the early situation, not having that Ravage quite back up yet to help out.
They just know how to capitalize and punish these mistakes. Roche, it's also going to drop too fast.
I mean, they're coming over because they do have the ults now. They have the Ravage, but a hesitation. They feel they can't make it in time. So they're not going to fully commit to try and get out there on the map and contest Gaming Gladiators. So Watson, he's got that Aegis, and he's going to be ready to be coming for their base.
And he has yet to die since those 2 mess-ups that he had from earlier on. He's playing it beautifully, and he's also just having he has these 2 teammates that are starting these fights every time. He has a Darkseer and an Earthspirit running in for him to give him literally all the information. So Watson's just like, who do I want to go for? He really just gets to pick and choose his targets. It's pretty beautiful. Miracle, BKB. said, he's got his data list, his damage is there. It's just everything has to be so perfectly synergized, and now at this point, 2 versus an Aegis. You gotta do round 2. You gotta be able to kill multiple heroes, reset, and go again somehow.
Well, trying to get the info. They'll see Watson.
Whole team.
I mean, they're looking for wraparound gaming. They know that sort of this risk is approaching.
Lanes are all shoved in, though. Bottom is shoved in. Mid shoved in.
Wait, the jump on a miracle. The back him up. Punch on Watson. Dal's going to put through the standstill. Quinn pushes forward with the BKB and the Blade Man. Because the Magnetize going on for 4 of them. They have to back off Enigma Galaxy. If he comes to an end, Sumail ends up dying to the damage there. As he's out without buyback, folks.
Air Spirit, baby. Literally just killed him in the foul.
He was in the foul, yeah. He was right on the back of the fight on the retreat, but...
And did he get hit from that last boulder smash?
I feel like he must have right to be dying on the tip of the fountain, and he did.
I think when maybe Ronaldo'd him, she didn't quite get to see it. Well, 50 seconds, no tanking, your majority of your damage.
You're down 20k as well.
And the banner's down.
See if they give him one final attempt here with the ult. As they're rolling. Rebound back in, the Ravage comes out, but it really doesn't matter. Enigma Galaxy have to run back to the fountain. As Gaming Gladiators kill them on 1-by-1, the buyback will come out here for Noob. But with the Ravage gone, there's nothing else for him to offer up as Gaming Gladiators can get back to focusing on the objectives, take this final set of barracks away. Make a look to move forward to closing up the game. Full silver race now done as well for Tofu. Getting everything they wanted here, Gaming Gladiators, as this game even more of a lead where they're closing this one up as opposed to game 1. 26k gold lead right now. Full on terrain on Quinn. I was going to try and make the jump out of the side, but he gets jumped himself. He's gone. No buyback for him. They'll give him one more attempt to fight in Enigma Galaxy, but it's just not coming together for them in this game. As Gaming Gladiators
trap them in the fountain, kick another smash. Sumail.
He's dead. That's 2 times he's killed Sumail in the fountain this game. They're diving for, they're fountain farming them. I mean, they're not tapping out, so why not? You know, Gaming Gladiators getting some more kills here, padding up their scoreboard.
He's still spreading the Magnetize.
I know they're going to drag them out the base. A bloody brutal end to the game and to the series there, unfortunately for Enigma Galaxy. As GG is finally called. Gaming Gladiators, a much better day today. They had a pretty horrific series yesterday, but coming in here, this is what we're expecting from them, right? And if anything, maybe even more. This was some top stuff from Gaming Gladiators. And 2 games back-to-back. Quinn, there he is, bringing in the Earth Spirit to the mid. Well. First time in 4 years in competitive games. It's looking great. We're going to be seeing, I feel like, a whole load more of Quinn Earth Spirit this tournament, Fogged.
Absolutely. And also, I feel like for this game, if Omar didn't get these like 2 little snipes and these courier snipes, I feel like this game was actually going to be unbelievably one-sided. It was already pretty one-sided, but there was that one side of like fake comeback, you could say, there for Enigma when they got that one fight there for Miracle. But overall, this was Gaming having pretty firm control. Watson, after those 2 deaths, doesn't die. Gets 11, turns into Sanking, pretty much brings every single fight. And it was at the back of also Ace, you know, getting his Greaves, getting his pipe at this timing. It completely counteracted, it felt like, everything of Enigma, unfortunately.
It really did feel like it, and just sort of a little bit of the disjointedness of Galaxy in this game. It really made heroes like the, you know,
Gaming Gladiator အနိုင်ရရှိသွားပြီလား Gladiator Gaming အနိုင်ရရှိလို့သွားပါပြီ
Under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.